Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim live stream. Today is the 29th of November 2020. It's 35 minutes past 6 in the evening and time for another impromptu stream. Well, not that impromptu because I did mention last night that we would be streaming again today, but I couldn't quite make my mind up with what we were going to do. Now, the original plan this morning was for me to jump into the EKCH 737-300, which I updated, but I was having a few issues with their new gizmo plug-in and getting a few stutters. I then thought about taking the Flight Factor 757, but again I hadn't updated that for a while and I couldn't get access to the X-Plane store today. That was all down, so I thought, you know what, let's go back into one of my absolute favourite payware aircraft, and that is the iniBuilds Airbus A300, an aircraft we only flew for the first time 3 weeks ago. But it's a sort of love-hate relationship with me. Nothing to do with the fact it's a quality product, but the fact that it's an Airbus, but it's so Boeing-y, I just had to have a little bit of another go flying it. So I thought, let's do that instead of, say, the Zebo mod or anything like that. Now, what I usually do when I fly aircraft which is not the Zebo mod, I like to do a test sector, but I just haven't had time today. I mean, I only decided on what I was going to stream and what sector I was going to fly about half an hour ago. So we are doing a sector which I haven't tested. We're going to be flying from exactly where we left off yesterday, which was flying in the Zebo mod 737 into Warsaw Chopin. We're in EKCH Airport, or EKCH Airport, and we're now going to fly over to Copenhagen. So just the one flight today, about a 1 hour or so, but right now in Copenhagen, VATSIM Scandinavia are holding a busy VATSIM overload event. I had a quick look at the VATSIM map. It is absolutely packed there. So we're going to go cause some trouble and enter a few alpacas into the mix there. Maybe a few other people will join in on the sector here, because it will take me about half an hour, well, at least half an hour to get this aircraft set up as well. So we are live weather. You can see here it's a beautiful morning in Poland. As usual, I am running the sim a little bit of a different time than live time. We are exactly 12 hours behind live time. So right now in the sim it is 0637 Zulu as opposed to 1837 Zulu. So we get to enjoy the sunset and some nice scenery on this flight to Scandinavia. At least all the times in the FMC and the clock will be sort of correct, even though it's 12 hours wrong or so. I don't think there's any ATC here at the moment as well. I'm going to speed up the pace at which we zoom in towards our aircraft. There's no ATC at the moment, but maybe by the time we get set up there'll be some ATC. Expecting runway 29 for departure. We left the Zebo mod at the terminal yesterday, but here we are in the Airbus A300 on the cargo apron. You can already see, look, we're already loading our kippers. 30 tons of cargo I've ordered today for our unscheduled sector all the way over to Copenhagen. So it's going to be a very heavy Airbus A300 on top of the additional fuel that we're taking. I think we're only about 10 or 15 tons below the maximum zero fuel weight of this aircraft. But it's quite fun to see how the aircraft handles with a full weight of cargo as we approach Copenhagen. But yes, flight time about an hour and 10 minutes, not taking into account any holding, which I do anticipate looking at the VATSIM map of how busy it is. And that event is still running for another 2.5 hours, so we should be right in the mix of it by the time we get there. We're just loading in the last of the alpaca cargo crates here. Massive thanks to Moen, one of my members as well, who made this excellent scenery, livery for the Airbus A300. If you do have the iniBuilds and you'd like to grab this livery, use the command !livery in chat. Roy Shields, hello to you. He says 30 tons of alpaca feed. Yeah, that'll do, kippers. Listen to me, we're flying in another dimension again, he says. People are talking about Gizmo as well. Yes, I had a few issues. Jonathan Wiltshire says untested. Well, the aircraft's not been updated and I already have all the scenery for all the airports, so I don't think we'll have any issues crashing, but yeah, I'll be reliant on chat for your Airbus assistance throughout the entire flight. Let's put it that way. Who else have we got in chat here? We've got Jonathan Wiltshire. Evening, everyone. Missed a few streams now on baby duty, so this is a nice surprise, except for dinner having just landed on the table. Oh well, by the time you finish dinner, Jonathan Wiltshire, I should think we're still setting up. It's a bit of a beast to get this one started here. Perfect. So we'll jump on into the flight deck and we'll turn the music down a little bit here. There we are. Yeah, so I've not touched anything, okay, except open the doors and get the cargo loaded as well. You can even hear the cargo door closing in the background there. I think there you go. You can see it's closed, so the cargo's all loaded. Let's get the show on the road. Now, I'm completely reliant on the expanded amplified checklist which comes with this aircraft. It's not a 737, so it does take a little bit of time to get this all set up there. Thanks for subscribing, Ting Tong John. Welcome on board. And someone's very interested in the weather in Rome Fiumicino, it would seem, but we're not going in that direction there. Right, let's get the show on the road here. So pop the batteries on. 1, 2, 3. Hydraulic panel check. Check the electric hydraulic switches are off. They are. We'll get a little bit of lighting in here as well because the sun is rising here in the simulator. Wiper switches verify off. They are. See if they're working because you guys do love wipers in sims. Oh no, they're not. Well, probably perhaps because I don't have any power. There we go. There you go, the wipers require AC power. Well, they're working beautifully. That's not part of the pre-flight check, but I know you guys like to see wipers. Landing gear is down. Slat flap handle is in agreement with the gauges, so they are up, and they're indicating up here. Reverse levers are down, fuel levers are off, weather radar is off, external power is connected. APU, do the squib test and the engine fire tests. So if I remember rightly, there's 1 squib, 2 squibs on each engine. Let's do the fault fire test now. So there's loop A. And there's the fire handle. Now, why am I not getting any fire warning sound? I'm not sure. Maybe I have to wait a little bit longer for the engine to warm up. It should usually be dinging. There we are. Oh, I heard some dinging there. Let's do... engine number 2. Yeah, maybe it takes a little while after being connected to AC power for those tests to work, but it's definitely working for engine fire number 2 there, and you can see the which one is this? ECAM? I can never remember the difference in Airbus Boeing terminology there. Pitch rich, there you go. You need to give it a minute or two to beat up the ECAM properly. There you go, I answered my own question. Brilliant. That just shows you how realistic this aircraft is here. Well, imagine those tests are done. IRS mode selectors, we'll move those to nav. 1, 2, 3. And inertial system display unit, system display to 1 it is. Oxygen low pressure supply switches are on, they are. And the annunciator light test we can do now as well. I believe that's here. There we go. You can hear moaning Myrtle. Looks like all the lights are illuminated, so we'll pop that in the bright position. Perfect. Petrus, the way to tell is once you get master caution, left door open, you know you can proceed with the fire warning test, assuming you have door open, that is. Oh, that's so good, Petrus. So cool. Well, we have it all displayed now, so yeah, I mean, technically we shouldn't just skip the test. What we should do is actually test how it works. You can see there's the loop ding. Here comes the light, and you can hear the fire warning test as well. So you just need to wait a minute or so after you've engaged AC power for that to work. Very cool. So VHF radios, we're on VATSIM here, so we'll turn the radio on, turn that up. We are already logged in on X-Pilot here. No, we do have ATIS available, but no other form of ATC. We'll have a little look later. We're planning for runway 29 for departure, which is the preferred departure runway here in Warsaw Chopin, and with the forecast weather, that's great for us here. Right, flight deck preparation then. So initialization. So check the active database is current. So what page is that? I'm pretty confident it is. I'll say it is. I think it's just got the latest AirAC installed, but there's not been the latest AirAC since we've last streamed. Go to the init A page, which we're on here. Enter from and to. So we'll just grab our flight plan now. So we're in Warsaw Chopin, which is EPWA. We're due off at 14 minutes ago. I forgot to update the time on that. The original plan was to go live at 1800, but I had a few sim issues I wanted to fix. But we're going from Warsaw to Copenhagen, Echo Kilo Charlie Hotel. This is where we actually departed from in the A300 about 2 weeks ago to go to the Faroe Islands, which is pretty cool. We'll put that in. I never understand why it goes to that page which says none, and then you press return, and then there it is anyway. So we've done that. Alternate, I will put in now. It's Aarhus, which is also in Denmark. turn. I don't want to eye-line the ILS just yet, but I do push that switch. GPS primary, that's understood. It says that's all for this stage, but I will put in a cost index, our cruise level, which is going to be 34,000 feet, and our call sign, which is going to be Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. Cruise wind. Oops, I punched something in, I guess. Let's put the top line. Look at that. Very strong headwind. I always seem to have headwinds whenever I'm streaming. It's not fair. 018 at 101 knots. Outrageous headwind. It's going to be a quick climb for us at least. Right, that's it. Oh, nav accuracy upgraded. I think I might have the alignment set to fast. It seems to have already aligned, which is pretty quick there. So that's all we do in the FMS at this stage. Sorry, not FMS, whatever they call it here. Listerman, Papa Hotel, Copenhagen. You got it. Listerman, you got it. I usually put something like the last few letters of the IATA or ICAO code in there, but you've got it. It's Copenhagen, our destination today. Ensure the white flow lights are past. They're extinguished. I'm not sure what that refers to. Imagine that's done. No smoking on. Seatbelt signs on. Hydraulic power panel set and check. So make sure that the engine pumps are in auto. Hydraulic pump low pressure lights are illuminated amber. They are. Servo control panel lights check. Flight recorder ground control is on. External lighting then, so you'll have a little bit of nav and logo. That's okay. That's all we need at this stage. So the nav and logo lights, obviously you know what the logo light is, but that gives you the green and red light on the wingtips here, and the white light's pretty much the same as the 7.3. You get a little tail light. No, there's not one here on the A300, but there we go. That's done. MCDU. Sorry, C Hamad. Is that the terminology I should be using for this? Or this? I don't know. I got this Airbus terminology. Maddox Airlines, don't forget to close the cabin doors and cross-check. I'll try my best, Maddox. I have been caught forgetting to do that once, unfortunately. Right, so that's all done. ATS lever on. Pitch trim and yaw damper levers on. It says wait for the IRS align mode lights to extinguish, which they have. Got a quick alignment, so I'll pop the yaw damper on now as well. Shed power on as well. So that powers the MCP and the auto throttle system. Electric power panel, IGG disconnect switches are satisfied. Well, I guess there'll be a fault light, that's correct. Yeah, that's good. Battery switches select to auto, which they are. Engine fire switch tests we've done. Select emergency and ESS on the electrical generation panel. That's done. Fuel panel's done. Fueling in progress. Do not change fuel pump configuration. We are still waiting to refuel, but I don't think that matters. I'm just going to stick all the pumps on and then load the fuel afterwards. We have at least some fuel in the tanks at this stage. And we'll finish loading shortly. Cabin pressurization panel, man pressure amber arrow is extinguished. Now, if I remember rightly, that's the manual pressurization system, which will now extinguish there. I'll leave it on automatic there. Listen to me, I can hear the stairs scraping on the apron, not just yet. Poltergeist, every stream I see of yours in the A300 just tempts me to buy it more. It's a brilliant add-on. I really recommend it. It's, you know, I'm not going to put it in comparison to others, but what you get from iniBuilds for their first ever aircraft is an absolute triumph, really is. So cabin pressurization, man pressurization amber arrow is extinguished. System 1 and 2 select switches are illuminated. On either 1 or 2, we have system 1 illuminated. And cabin diff is 0, climb is 0, and altitude is 0, which is all looking good. Window heat switches we can now turn on. Now, where on earth were they? There we are, right in front of me. And we also turn the probe heat on at this stage as well in the A300, unlike the 7.3. Cargo compartment smoke detector and main deck cargo smoke detector switches can all be turned on. And so that's the cargo command, and they're already all on here, look. So that's all set. Vent panel overboard, valve flow bar is illuminated on the vent panel. So if I remember rightly, that is up here as well. Where are you? There it is. So overboard valve flow bar is illuminated. This one, that's the flow bar. So again, that's the equipment cooling all the avionics in the cockpit and the in bay, I should presume. Emergency exit lights we can now arm. And APU bleed air panel check. Not using the APU at this present time. Content panel check. Econ flow we want to turn on, which is there. That's all set. Pack temp panel check. Oxygen panel check. Low pressure indicators in the green arc, which they are. And low pressure supply off lights are extinguished. They are looking good. So that's all set. EFIS control panel. There we are, getting to the nitty and gritty. So yeah, do excuse me. I mean, I have to rely on the checklist here to make sure the aircraft is correctly configured here. It's the you won't see an overhead panel quite like the one on the A300. It is an absolute beast of switches and knobs, and making sure it's configured correctly is quite important, and I'm unfamiliar with it, so I do have to follow the checklist. Take some time. Carbo Group taxi now, he says. Patience. Patience. May I recommend Microsoft Flight Simulator if you want to initiate taxi straight away in the Boeing 747. You have to do things a little bit more properly with quality pay where I don't like this. Right, EFIS control panel set, PFD and ND brightness. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the brightness there. Flight direct FP switches on, so we're going to have them already on, and we're going to have it set to nav because we're going to load the FMC. We set this to minus 5 feet, and the switches are in nav, which is correct. Heading select outer switch in the normal position, and we'll also set runway heading for runway 29 for departure. There is actually ATIS here. Let me have a little listen to the ATIS. Strange, I've had ATIS, but I think there could be a centre. Oh, there is a centre online now, actually. Let's have a little listen into this.
Departures runway 29.
Runway 29 is expected.
Level 80. Wind 280 degrees 3 knots. Cav OK. Temperature -1.
Ooh, snippy.
Dew point -3 QNH 1022 hectopascals. No significant change. You have received information Bravo.
It's information Bravo. -1.
This is Warsaw information Bravo. Observation at 1830. Expect you arrival runway 33 ILS approach departures runway 29. Transition level 80. Wind 280 degrees 3 knots. Cav OK. Temperature -1.
So copied all that. Temperature 1, winds pretty much down the runway. It's 3 knots regardless. Runway 29 for departure. So we'll push back to face north, then go on Lima, and then it'll be runway 29, and we'll brief the SID shortly, which for us will be the Olila 6 Golf RNAV SID. Now, if I'm right in thinking that there is a centre online now, Warsaw Centre, I think I can get my clearance from him later on. I always forget who we can and cannot get clearance from there. Peter, departure from runway 29 is NADP1. Thanks a lot, Peter. You're the boss. We'll use NADP1 then. In all that excitement, I forgot to make a note of the QNH. I've just missed it again.
This is Warsaw information.
So just grab a little listen out for the QNH.
Observation at 1830. Expect you arrival runway 33 ILS approach departures
stop
runway
altitude
29.
for this SID 6,000 feet.
Transition level 80.
So we'll set 6,000 here.
Wind 280 degrees 3 knots. Cav OK. Temperature -1. Dew point -3 QNH 1022 hectopascals.
1022.
No significant change. You have received information Bravo.
Perfect. So 1022. Thank you very much, Poltergist. At least you were listening in. QNH is 1022. And that should be indicating the elevation of Warsaw Chopin. And the elevation is 362 feet. Look at that. Bang on. So we know we've got the correct QNH set. So that is set on the flight control panel for now. Standby airspeed indicator verify read is 0, which it does. Here it is. And RMI, ensure no flags displayed. We don't have any flags. PFD, no warnings or messages. Check the FMAs. Just have manual thrust and the usual enunciations here. Altimeter is now set. EPWA button, push and test. Now, where is that switch? I think that might be around here somewhere. I cannot actually remember. Turn the lighting up slightly. There we go. But I know there's an EPWA test switch, but that's working. I know you guys always like that one. And again, we discussed that a couple of A300 streams ago. We were discussing why that's there. Right, clock is set and checked. Yeah, this clock, it's strange. It's actually completely, every time I set it, always differs. So we'll ignore the clock on this. We'll rely on the one in the FMC. But the chronometer and elapsed timer does work. But yes, local time in the sim is 6:55 in the morning Zulu. Okay, so 12 hours behind live time. I thought Airbuses had side sticks in Sweet Aviation. Not this one. This one has a whopping great big control column. It's the first of Airbus made. That's before they knew what a side stick was. Right, standby temperature is set. Slap flap indication, again verify it is in agreement with the flap lever. We've checked that. Brake pressure gauge is within limits. Auto brake switch is extinguished. Reverse and reverse unlock lights are all extinguished. They are tucked up here above the engine instruments. Landing elevation set. So in Copenhagen, let's have a look here at the chart. The elevation is sea level, so, well, 17 feet. So can we set it to... We can't set that, it's only in 100-foot increments, so we'll just leave it to sea level there. Brake fan is required, which it isn't. Takeoff warning, check. So advanced thrust levers to full. And we do have the takeoff config warning and the associated ECAM messages. Fuel levers verify off. Transponder set, we'll get clearance shortly. Radar trim set to 0, which it is where the radar is off, and it's now time to load the FMS. Wilhelm, hey Clapton, good to see you again. I'm very excited for this new stream. Have you found my Instagram messages with the gravel kit thing? It is a good idea, by the way. I love the A300, but want to wait for the MD11. Thank you very much, Wilhelm. I did see the message pop up, but I've been so busy fiddling with X-Plane 11 this morning that I had a break this afternoon. I didn't get around to replying to any messages from yesterday's stream, but I did see something that popped up and you posted a link to that, but I'll have a look at that at some point, I promise. Probably in a few days, because this is the third stream in a row, well, not in a row, but 3 streams in 4 days, and Monday, Tuesday I usually like to take a break, and then plan the next few streams. But next big stream coming up, I'm going to be streaming in between, but week today I'll be taking part in the Cross the Ditch event, which we will be very much looking forward to flying, because it's the first time we'll be leaving Australia. Right, FMS entry, init A. So finish putting this in here. So we've done alternate, yes. Cost index, yes. Cruise flight level, yes. Flight ID, yes. And the weather is in. Now go to the flight plan page. This is my favourite part of an Airbus, is loading in routing in its FMS. I hate doing it because it's very, well, no, it's not incorrect. It's just very different to what I'm used to. I only know the Boeing way. Oh, no overlay today. I just realised I completely forgot to activate Sim Toolkit Pro just before the stream. Just give me 2 seconds. It will be here very soon. Maybe he forgot. That is correct. Sim Toolkit Pro always takes a little bit of a while to load in, but flight plan, load Sim Brief's latest flight plan. And search aircraft A300. There we go. Fly now. Please ensure flight number is selected. Oops. So it should have popped up now. Can you see at the top there? Yes, I can see it on the overlay there. So all good. Thank you very much for spotting that. It's nice to have all the basic information. Right, now wish me luck here with getting this flight plan in here. So firstly, ensure runway is selected before procedure for SID stars. Okay, so SID, runway 29er, it's going to be the Olia 6 Golf, that is in there. There's no transitions associated with that, so insert, and then from Olila we can now put in the rest of this here. I never know if I'm doing this correctly. Did you miss the pre-stream checklist? I did. It's even on there. Sim Toolkit Pro is number 8 in my pre-stream checklist, but I skipped it out for some reason. Right, anyway, after Olila, we're going to be going on the Lima 621 to Gruda. Please work. Yes, that looks good to me. After Gruda, direct Devil. That's good. It's going in. And again, I think it's probably completely correct of entering the waypoint info, but it works. It works. From Devil, it's going to be Lima 61 again. To Lucid. Uh-oh. Lima 621 / Lucid. Damn it! Why is that not working? Select airways. Ah. Oh my. Oh, this takes some time. Well, that's worked. Right, after that, Lucid. And it's Lima 621 again. So Lucid, you're saying, then Airway. Lima 621 to Row. Oh, this seems to take ages, though, doing it this way. Uh-oh, there it is. Well, there's just direct points. Row, from Row. But I swear if I do it this way, Row. Oh, I selected it. Okay, let me try the one more way. Mike 743 / Tidfu. You guys must be loving this. I hate it. Right, worked. Row, Rock Sub, Tidfu, and then it's the arrival. So Copenhagen, Star, Tidfu 1 Echo, which is basically just a vectored straight ahead. It's going to be 04 left most likely. Maybe we can get a landing on 04 right, because we want to actually use to taxi off at the cargo apron here. And it's going to be... Oh, where's all the... Hold on, let me just deselect that first. Let me select the Star first. Tidfu 1 Echo. And for Island 04 left. Not via the transition, insert. Right, let's have a little look here. Now, it is sort of a bit like the Boeing 7.3. You can move this switch to plan and actually flick through the routing, which is pretty cool. So, is it in a straight line? Are there any discontinuities? No, it looks okay. And after Tidfu, look, it's a direct vector to Venom. Now, let me have a little look here at the Star, which I have in front of me. Tidfu Venom. So all I'm going to do is go delete this discontinuity here. So clear. Flick through all of this again. Venom, and I'm just going to go from Venom direct to the centre fix, which is if I clear that one there. And not allowed. I know, Boeing piloted an Airbus A300. Right, so do I just leave it like that? Can I actually not get rid of that flight plan discontinuity? Or maybe I can just get rid of the vector point and then after that Venom direct to the CI04 left. It should allow it now, because maybe after a vector it doesn't let you redirect, which is actually the same as the 7.3. There we go, that'll do. I think we've got something in there as well. That's what I like, a little bit of Boeing logic. Doesn't go too far wrong. So we've got the FMS all loaded for the flight plan. Next is the performance data. Now before I do that I need to do init page 2, which is easy to forget. So init and next page. There we are. So let's load up this first. So return it takes some serious amount of time to do this setup, guys, but I know you guys like all of the ingrained details here. I know we will get it going eventually. So load manager. Now we're going to take 30 tons of fuel, and that fuel required today is 11.3 tons, essentially 11.2. Now this thing burns 5 tons an hour. It's a busy VATSIM event that's taken an extra 30 minutes, 2.5 tons in this case. On top of that, that's going to be 13.6. Let's call it 14 tons. Okay, nice round number. And that's an extra 30 minutes of holding fuel there. So 14 tons. It's got a lot more capacity, obviously. Load fuel. Just double check the ECAM here. Clear. Yeah, you go, 14 tons, so that's definitely loaded. Next, 30 tons of your alpaca feed and sardines. And what else comes from Poland? What's a very popular export from Poland? Don't know. Did you see the Formula 1 today? No, I did hear about the crash, and again, to anyone else that's waiting for the highlights, I'm not going to discuss it. I will be watching the highlights, hopefully when the stream finishes, but at 9 o'clock on Channel 4. But I've heard it's been very good, but I've got a rough idea of what happened. Alright, 30 tons, load, there you go. So we're quite a lot of cargo today, so it's computing all our weights. So maximum zero fuel weight is 130, we're 120 tons, so we can only carry an additional 10 tons of cargo, and we've got the 14 tons of fuel on board. That gives us a takeoff weight, I think that's on the next page, so let me just get these figures into the FMS first. So 14 tons of fuel, and zero fuel weight is 120, and the C of G is 30%. Cruising at 340, so that's all inserted. Next will be the performance, which will be on the takeoff page. That's it. So send takeoff performance. Now, the ATIS said 3 knots of wind, so all I'm going to do here is just put 0 to be conservative. Put 0 there as well. Temperature was -1. Can I do minus? Ah. So what do I have to do if it's -1? Because I can't put in a hyphen. Right, well, I'm going to put 0. I can't put minus in there. Did you say the C of G? Centre of gravity, yes. QNH is 1022. Was it 1022 or 10? Oh, I forgot you can't click out of it now. Now how do I? There we go. Can't remember what the QNH was. 1022. Runway's dry. Anti-ice is, yeah, it's cav okay. It is -1, but we don't need anti-ice departure. There's nothing else we need to set there. Okay, yeah, we don't need anti-ice because there's no visible moisture. It is cold, but there's no need for it if there's no ice or snow or standing water. So we're not actually in requirement for de-icing or anti-icing. So we're going to use the most common flap setting, which is the trailing edge flaps up, leading edge slats in 15, air conditioning on, flex I believe is the standard Boeing Airbus terminology. Oh yeah, helps if I actually put the ICAO code in as well, EPWA. And runway 29. Yeah, still not letting me put minus in. Right, let's give that a whirl. Uh-oh, no takeoff data. Use flaps 15 and 15. Okay, so we're too heavy for that configuration. Please remind me, guys, for departure we're going to use 15-15, okay? Not the other setting. I need to write that down before I forget. So 15-15, I've always been using the other one. So limitation, second segment runway, so that's if you have the engine failure, apart from the gear up to 400 feet. Trim is going to be 1 unit down. We're nearly ready, guys. So trim set. V-speed set as well, so we can send that to the FMS. Send data. There's the speed, and V2 is 156.
50.
which is set. We push this button in, so we get
20,
preset.
10.
And then the next restriction is this plus 20 knots. Who's that coming in? Oh.
Brummies say, hi, Captain.
Oh, Burak, my goodness, coming in with nowhere with 50 quid. Heck, Burak, thank you very much. You were sorely missed. I even said to Marianne, where did Burak go yesterday? I've already heard you've come back. I heard you wanted a little bit of a break and stuff, but you're more than welcome to come in and out. The door's always welcome for you. But thank you very much, and nice reference to our other member Tim there for his Brummies says hi. Amazing, Burak. Thank you so much, and I hope you're doing very well over in Turkey this evening. Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, I hope you enjoyed the A300. Very, very kind, Burak. Burak's been very generous ever since he's become a member as well. So thanks a lot, man. Right, yeah, 15:15. And what we need to do, I believe, is it this speed here plus 20 knots I need to put on the FMS, so 240 because we preset 156. I don't push it again, but I think I now set 230 plus 220 plus the 20, so 240, which I think is that the clean speed. Can't be a clean speed, far too high, but I think that's the climb speed. I'm very sure it's VFTO, which is an Airbus speed terminology, plus the 20 knots we set there. Now it's an ADP1, which we were reminded by one of the guys in chat. So what I'm going to do here is put the acceleration height to our elevation plus 3,000 feet. So that would be 3,360 feet. That way the aircraft's profile mode, I think, will command that point to basically initially climb out of that speed, and ADP1. And then when we get to 3,360 feet, it will lower the nose to accelerate for us, I'm pretty sure there. And for those not as financially free, one of the best payware tube liners that don't break the bank like the A300, I'm sure you've heard of the Zebo mod Poltergeist. Literally completely free and by far one of the best quality add-ons available. Obviously, yes, to access an aircraft like this, you do have to spend some pennies, but you know, it's a fantastic aircraft. It's well worth that investment. I understand as well, especially some of the younger ones, it's not easy to do there, but it's definitely worth buying this one. Sorry, so Robson, is it 206 plus 20? I think you could be right. Because that seems excessively high. You know what? I might switch it. Be on your head, Robson. 226, but I think you could be correct. Either way, we'll accelerate around that point anyway. Right. Anything else I've missed? How long have we been streaming for? 40 minutes. We're getting there. Oh dear. What else have we got left to do? So looking at the checklist here. So FMS entry's done. Set V2, enter flex. Ah yes, so I need to put in 48 degrees here. So flex 48, and that will provide our thrust setting for departure as well. So that's all hunky-dory, that's all set 48 degrees. It's now 0 degrees outside as well. Did you fill in init I did, Domino Mosine. I did remember this time. Thank you very much, Kator, for the €5 and your other contributions regarding the Flight Name Sync Bug and Mouse Fund.
Make a 0G flight as it is intended in today's time.
Make a 0G flight? Are you referring to that aircraft that does those parabolic manoeuvres? Is that what you're referring to? Make a 0G flight as it is intended in today's time? I think that's what you're referring to. Oh no. Thanks, Kator, anyway. I'm always getting confused with what people are asking here. Brett, what is flex temp? I think it's the equivalent of an assumed temperature that we use in the 737 FMS. So you essentially, well, I don't know about the Airbus, but for the 73, you're saying to the engines, which are flat rated at 30 degrees in the 73, look, the outside air temperature is 48 degrees, give me rated thrust based on this temperature. So I believe that's what it would be with the flex. Kator, yes, you're referring to the vomit comment, so you would like me to... I got you now. Yes, sorry. So, yes, the company is a company called 0G, which actually has one of these, and they do those parabolic effects to get 0G. I guess you'd like me to do some of those manoeuvres today, Kator. Negative. Maybe we could do a 0G representative flight, but I need to get a G meter fitted to the aircraft. Right, so that's set. Before start checklist, then cockpit prep. Fuel quantities checked, navigation's loaded, elevation's set, altimeter's set. Best get the APU up and running. So that's on. And start. So have a little listen to that, make sure she's spooling up. There you go. Thanks, Andy M71. Just to confirm, centre for clearance 125.5. Let's give him a call. .45, sorry. There we go. And I see them online as well. Airbus Centre 125450. Let's give them a call. See if we can grab our clearance here. Cargo stand 61. We still need to brief the taxi and Sid as well. Vashava Centre, good day. It's Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. We're an Airbus A300 in Chopin, stand 61. We copied information Bravo QNH 1022 and looking for departure clearance to Copenhagen, please.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, very good evening. Now current is Charlie, cleared Copenhagen, LNA 29er Olila, 6 Golf departure, squawk 4560.
Have a listen to Charlie, and it's going to be cleared to Copenhagen on the Olia 6 Golf departure, squawk 4560, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel.
That is correct, thank you, and report for starting push.
Okay. Chopin, did I say Chopin? Oh no. Right, 4560. Is coming up. No, it takes ages to set this score. There we go. 4560, put that over to transponder, and APU's available, so I'm going to disconnect the external power. Ground ops,
50,
load manager,
40,
load on
30, 20, 10.
So external power, chocks are gone, loader, fuel truck, air stairs and exits and close all. Thank you very much to XX Burger Fan for your donation, $2. Do we get food on board today? It's a cargo only service, XX Burger Fan, but if you want a Stanley knife, we do have some bags of alpaca feed available for you. Very nutritious. Thank you very much. Oh dear. Right, so what we should do is listen to Charlie, but I don't think too much will have changed with the weather. But just to save time, usually the first officer would grab that clearance, update the performance, but there'll be only a subtle difference or so from that. Right, so the APU's up and running now. Windows and doors, we can verify they're all closed, all green looking there. Beacon we can turn on.
Alpaca 8 Mike push and start is approved QNH 1022 push south.
And we can now get the pushback clearance pretty much. So what I'll do is just call for the better pushback. It'll be runway 29, so we're going to be pushing in this direction to taxi. And whilst that's going, we'll have a little look at the SID, make sure we're happy with where we're going.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Squawk 4512 initially climb pilot.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
There he is. What a beast of a tug you needed to push this aircraft. Right, yeah, let's have a little look of where we're taxiing and taking off from then, and we're pretty much all done. Thanks a lot for your patience. As you well know, this is a heck of an aircraft to get it set up. It does take some time. So pushing back for the cargo apron, we'll be facing north, and we're taxiing just to Lima for runway 29 for departure. And here is our SID. It's going to be the Olia 6 Golf. So straight ahead to Whiskey Alpha 901, maximum speed's 200 knots, which is programmed. It does say 3,600 or above. That must be another one ahead, but that's not actually what we're looking at.
All doors and hatches are closed.
I'm not going to manage that. I'm not sure how that's been depicted there. But, oh look, 1,500 or above. It is actually there. Anyway, after that we're going to be going to 931, 932, 971, 7901, Ernast,
contact Bremen radar 123 bye bye.
And from Ernast to Rodev, and then to Olila, which is set 6,000 feet to stop altitude, which is set on the MCP,
3905
RNAV.
Charlie, correct. 29 and
It's all
Evidence
set
7
there.
go.
That's
4
all looking good. Hope you have any
46.
questions. Hope you're all happy. And we're ready to go. It's going to be extremely busy in Copenhagen. I don't know if you guys have seen the VATSIM map.
Parking brake.
Having a look at what's going on there. Very busy. Right, so we're ready to
radar, Alpaca 9 Alpha
Very
Kilo
ready to
has
go.
picked up the information, Charlie. We're ready to push and start. That's 2-1.
So we've got someone else, an alpaca, joining us.
9 Alpha
So window doors closed, beacon we could turn on. That was good. Parking brake verify set and all ready to go. So we're in the Pratt & Whitney powered A300.
What's approximately taxi time? Approximately 3 minutes until taxi.
So let's set 6 hours,
Alpha
I think,
9,
there.
Kilo push and start is approved. Make a short push, QNH 1022.
Okay, short push, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, and that's approved.
So there's an alpaca and a different apron over there.
Facing south.
Facing south, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
An alpaca 18 Papa Hotel stand 6-1 request push and start.
And 18 Papa Hotel, QNH 1022, push and start is approved, face north.
Push start approved face north, alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. Right, so over to map. We're being cleared to push and start, finally. Your patience is brilliant today, guys. So checklist, just make sure we've got everything done here correctly. That's it, so area cleared to start, confirm, and this will be the ignition switch to the We've already got the beacon on, so let's release the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start.
And we're finally on the way.
Hello, 3 Kilo Yankee, when ready, central level 100. When ready, 100 descending.
Runway 2001 was sim brief used to generate this flight plan. It was. Right, let's get engine number 2 started. So AP bleed on. It is. So we've got the pack valves disconnected. They should be, but crossfeed's open. I guess the pack's disconnected. Switch over to crank A for pilot flying, captain, and then press start. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I went for start engine number 1 first. Usually you start engine number 2, and it doesn't really matter. But there she goes anyway. And then we wait to N2 50%. Now, this is a commonly asked question, why do we start engine number 2 first, then a 1? It really makes no difference on the 7.3. I hope not on the A300. But it sort of comes back from traditionally that's where all the... On the right-hand side is where all the ground equipment is. It's where the GPU is, the air starter unit, the baggage and stuff like that. So usually it's engine number 1.
Runway 07 in that case. It's going to be Model 1 Fox departure and...
seems to be starting okay anyway.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Thanks slightly, creature below 2 for the £2. Coincidentally, yours truly is also flying a 1 hour sector on the A300, but on the other side of the globe, currently doing a route you may be familiar with, Auckland to Christchurch. Hope all is well, Captain. Best regards to all. Thank you very much for your donation. Is that where we flew on our New Zealand stream? I can't remember. But if it was, enjoy your sector, my friend. Yeah, the other side of the world.
Go ahead and set the parking brake.
I will do, Julie. Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Lighting coming here, lovely. Listen, can you somehow deactivate the reflection effect in the windows? It hinders the view outside a lot. Yeah, I noticed that with the A300. I don't think you can, and if you can, I'd love if anyone used, because yeah, it's a little bit of this glazed effect which you get if you obviously stick your head out. That's what it usually looks like in the sim, but yeah, it doesn't really bother me too much. Right, let's start now. Engine number 2. Topia starting engine number 1 triggers the random failures to be at 50% chance.
Tow
Really?
is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed.
Oh, there's
Hand signal on
15%.
the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you. Jam, you can
50,
turn off the prompt to
40,
disconnect better pushback in the
30,
settings. I'll
20,
do it automatically then.
10.
It'll do it automatically. I kind of like that though. I don't mind.
Alpha Kilo ready.
I don't kind of mind. I don't mind disconnecting it that way, just because there might be an issue with the pushback and I want to adjust it. I can easily do it there.
Taxi,
sorry, XX Boeing fan, can you fly into CYYT? I'd love to, but I I don't know where that airport is. Canada somewhere, isn't it? St. John's, Newfoundland.
November 2, hold November 2.
Oh no, hold on. I don't think you pronounce it like that because I did upset someone last stream when I pronounced that wrong. Newfoundland. Yeah, I mean, it's another possibility. If someone releases a Vickers Vimy, we'll do Newfoundland to Ireland. It'll take 16 hours.
And Alpaca calling from Warsaw, call sign.
Wasn't me.
Wave mark number 2 for
the edges do take a little time to stabilise it. No, it's Newfoundland. That's it, Jeff. If there's any Canadians here, I do remember someone saying it's pronounced kind of Newfoundland. Oh no. Right, looks like two good edge starts here, so we'll do the before taxi flow. So ignition switch, we can move to off. APU bleed is off. I know you're around here somewhere. There we go. APU master off. There we go. Anti-ice is required. It's not. Speed brakes. It's an Airbus. It's on the ground. Rudder trim reset. Make sure it's set to 0, which it is. APU is off and done. Slat flaps. So remember, it's going to be 15-15, not 0-15 because of takeoff performance. So we've got the position at least in the right one. Flaps 15 and slats in 15. Let's just verify the gauges indicate that. So there's the flaps extending. I just realised last stream that we actually do have the VFE speeds here. Yeah, so we can't exceed 215 knots with the flaps in this position. So that's set, trim, verify, set for takeoff, and that's it. Taxi out, clearance, and obtain. So turn off, taxi on, and we're ready to go.
Push south and CNH 1022 3970 when ready, wind 2705 knots, runway 07, clear for takeoff.
Runway 07, where's he taking off from? Not here. So taxi, when we get the clearance, guys, will be straight ahead. Right turn onto Lima, and a nice short taxi, runway 29, and we'll do the before takeoff checklist. This taxiway here.
Bremen 124175, bye-bye.
XVLP here, Worcestershire sauce, he's trying to say. Paul Parkin, he's departing out of Lublin, very cool.
124.175, goodbye, speed to ferry.
Berlin Schönefeld Airport has 198 arrivals and 12 departures. Are they hosting an event as well? It must be. There's a lot of traffic between the two.
Very good evening to you on the radar.
Still looking really busy in Copenhagen. Look at the arrivals though. We're going to get slotted right in there. It's going to be awesome. Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel request taxi.
18 Papa Hotel taxi Alpha right on Lima 100.29 at number 3.
Taxi by Alpha Ron Lima, hold short 29 Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. Right, so being cleared to taxi. So first right, and then 1.29 is just here. So let's release the parking brake, and finally head on our way to Copenhagen. Dave Hagen, there is a Copenhagen overload event. Dave, that's exactly what we're doing this stream for. Gotta love these sounds, guys.
1633, that's affirmative, rest and direct, Romeo Alpha, Sierra Alpha November.
Okay, fully direct, last one, this is 136.
Clear 3, Mike Lima, leaving my airspace, monitor Unicom 1 to destination for the ATC, bye-bye.
So here's the rights.
Hello, 3 Kilo Yankee, descent level 80. Descending 80, lot 3 Kilo Yankee.
And there's the whole point already. My sort of taxi. Right, let's do the before takeoff checklist now. So brakes check. There you are, they're working. Flight controls, select flight controls on the ECAM. Flight controls. See, I'm trying to keep the center, the nose center with rudder. On the 7.3 is a little bit of input with the rudders, but that doesn't work in the A300. So confirm yoke movement full and free. So let's bring up the ECAM display. So full forward and full back. Here comes left, and here comes right. Here comes the rudder. Full right and full left. So displaying all correctly. Auto brake max. Max. Speed brake verify arm transponder set as required. Weather radar, we'll turn it on now, just to save a bit of time when we line up. So use system 1 or 2. I've got above system 1. Oh, sorry, that's the TCAS. Where is the weather radar on this aircraft? I can't remember. There we go. System 1 +5. It's not working, but I know their update, with their update that's coming out soon, it will be working. And that is set to turn. And that's it. We're now ready for departure, pretty much. Sweet. Gotta love X-Plane's lighting. So there's an alpaca departing.
Address level high speed approved on level 360.
And there's our whole point. Look at it bouncing the gear. Awesome. That's it, so we just need our departure codes.
Mike, November 20.9.
Zaraz 581, gdy gotowi zbliżajcie poziom 100.
So profile now, full engage now.
1 to 2 decimal 8, bye bye.
We won't have any Unicom today, ATC for the entire sector, I think. Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, ready for departure in sequence runway 29.
Sky 034 przyjąłem, break Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, pass the message.
We're ready for departure in sequence runway 29 Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel.
Roger that, hold position, break Alpaca 28, Mike, wind 2904, knots running 29, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 29, Alpaca 28, Mike.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, in sequence line up 29 and wait.
Behind departing traffic, line up and wait behind sequence Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. So he's rolling, you can see he's actually going, we've been cleared to line up and wait, so release the parking brake, just a little bit of thrust.
3,000 feet level by Whiskey Alpha 533, clear for LS
landing lights on, strobe lights are on, ignition as required, TCAS TAR8.
Confirm, Rotary Kilo Yankee, over Whiskey Alpha 533, 2,000 feet and
now, so MCP set, transponder TR8, strobe lights are on, and landing lights are on, just waiting for takeoff clearance. Don't forget to set the timer, and then advance the thrust levers to 40%, and then we advance them to the takeoff position. I can't remember now, I've literally gone blank. Do I just advance the thrust levers to full? I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember. Oh no, there's toga button, that's it, you push the toga button, I remember. It's all coming back. Not a bad lineup, I'll take that. Poor parking if in doubt, fire or the throttles no. Misha, why Barrow -5? The reason I've been told is because it helps reduce nuisance terrain warnings on departure. I don't know how true that is, though. Someone advised me, but they weren't sure either. Unless you just tuned in. fantastic time to join. We're just about to blast off runway 29 here in Warsaw Chopin for our 10-minute flight to Copenhagen, where we're going to be right in the mix of a busy Copenhagen overload event, where we can expect to be either holding or certainly having to respect ATC speeds.
18 Papa Hotel, wind 2904 knots, runway 29 clear for takeoff.
Runway 29 clear for takeoff, Outback at 18 Papa Hotel. And to finish off in an aircraft where I have no clue, to fly. Right, we're clear for takeoff. Hopefully he'll hold position. Oh, he's quickly stopped there. Right, on we go, guys. Get your toes in chat. Or your Airbus flexes. Whatever they call it. Right, let's stand the thrust here is about 50%. That looks good. And all stabilised. Where's that little button? There we go. Push toga. There we are. Set takeoff thrust.
280, however, we only filed 200.
So looking for 1.593 EPR. Take some time for those engines to get there.
Final of 3970.
80 knots checked. We'll release that forward pressure. Oh, sorry, 1.445 is the takeoff thrust. That's now set.
Behind that particular line up, white line is
That V1 speed is around 153 knots, I think. So there's V1, and we'll rotate. And we're airborne. Sorry, climb, gears coming up. And trim. Oh, it feels so nice to trim an Airbus. It feels so right. So there's climb thrust engaging. Remember, we're going to maintain this speed until we get to 3,300 feet.
20, 10.
Climb flight level 340, just confirm the direct.
Devil, Delta Echo, Victor Echo Lima.
Direct to Devil, climb flight level 340, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. So whoever that was, bear with me. I forgot to put the sterile cockpit thing on anyway. So I need to firstly set. Oh no, hold on, I know I can push this in. This is so frustratingly hard because I want to hand fly for a bit. Right, 340 set, there we go. So we should now lower the nose to accelerate as we programmed in the FMC. There we go. So that's all working correctly. We'll select now flaps 015. We'll just set standards.
Very good easy, identify direct mapping, clear mapping to go, expect ILS to fly.
Ah, there we go. And there's the S, so we can select flaps up. And we need to also route direct to Devil. Right, I'm going to have to stick the autopilot in, guys. There's quite a lot to do here. So autopilot's in. Direct. Devil. Insert. And that's activated. Look at that. 236 miles away. Now going up to 250 knots. Very. Yep, timer. Yep, good one. Oh no. Right. So standard set passing 4.5 for flight level 340. Let's quickly do the after takeoff checklist. So overall quite happy with the departure, and everything worked as programmed. It accelerated the correct height. We've got climb for us at the correct height. A bit of engine anti-ice on here. So slat flaps verified up. They are. Thrust reduction to climb has been performed. Spoilers disarmed. Lights, nose and runway turn off lights can come off. Ignition off, packs on, APU off, and that's it after takeoff. Checklist complete. Tim, thank you very much for the £2. Thank you. Terrible timing, but I forgot to turn that off as part of the departure there. But thank you very much nonetheless. Brilliant, buddy. Right, off we go. Nice straight line. I think Devil's right on the FIR boundary. So that's a good shortcut. 250 knots. We're out of the cloud now, so we can turn the engine anti-ice off. And we're on our way to Copenhagen, guys.
Wind 2605 knots, runway 33 clear.
Direct to the Devil. That's promising, said Tobias. Yes, not ideal. And there's 100. I'm going to be flying decimal 56 for our cruise level 340. Let's do now the pre-cruise check. So our temperature verify standard set as required. Landing lights.
3905
Tracked.
on the radar, climb 220 direct box up, expect ILS to fine.
They are
Climb 220 back
Just
up,
turn them on.
expect ILS 25, clear 5.
tracked. Seatbelts as required. Let's release those stowaways, and that's it. Pre-cruise check's complete.
3970, high speed approach.
Sim 737 pilot, you get anxiety every time you see that 90-degree overpower. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's such a beast. Oh, Quinari, thank you. Just a reminder in Airbus, they don't call 80 knots on takeoff, but 100 knots. That's interesting, because it's pretty much everything we're talking regarding rejected takeoff between high speed and low speed is 80 knots. So 80 knots defines a low speed rejected takeoff. Above 80 knots is a high speed rejected takeoff. So it's very interesting that Airbus do that at 100 knots. Kato, how often does the FO remind you about the clock in the real world? I remember to do that there enough times, but in this aircraft, you know, I really don't have a clue what I'm doing. Look at that. Sun rising in the background. If you just tuned in, we are running live weather, of course, but 12 hours behind live time. Yeah, I can watch this one out of interest. Why haven't you flown the passenger variant of the A300? That's because we're still waiting for iniBuilds to release that update. Eunice, you flew from Munich to Copenhagen today. Really smart. Really smart. Yeah, I was trying to think of a sector to do here, but because it was quite a late start to the stream, I was hoping to start a lot earlier. As we mentioned at the start, I was hoping to fly the EKCH, but I hadn't updated it. I updated it, but I was having issues with... it was something my side. They have a Gizmo beta plugin, which I think improves performance, but I hadn't installed it correctly. I tried to fix it, but I couldn't get around to doing it, and then I did try and install the 7.5 again, but had problems with that. And then I thought, well, I've used up a lot of that time, so I'm just going to do a really short sector, but I can anticipate some holding today. The performance on this, though, pushing, yeah, well, 3,000 feet per minute. We are very heavy, obviously not taking the fuel into account, but a lot of additional weight for the cargo. Joystick, what's that real ATC? You can hear VATSIM in the background there. We're using that to replicate real-world air traffic control procedures. You see, look, estimated time en route 50 minutes, but that obviously will decrease slightly, but then perhaps increase again due to some holding. There we are. There's Warsaw we just left behind. There is Copenhagen. Nice short flight. I'd love to do a second sector here. But it is getting close to 8 o'clock and I really want to watch the F1 highlights. Will you fly in the future on IVEO, IO? I'm never going to rule that out, but I just use VATSIM because I've always used it from the start. Everyone keeps asking that recently. Listening windscreen still looks fogged up. I think that's just the reflection of it, and I don't know if that could be changed. I really never had an issue with it, to be fair. But I did notice on our first A300 stream, to be fair, when we were landing at dusk, it was very unclear out the window. Pool parking, takeoff from airport, a bit hectic on VATSIM because you're expected to switch to approach and free call right after airport. There's a lot of airports pool parking, which I like that though. Immediately after departure or around 1,000 feet, you have to contact or immediately hand over to the next frequency without instruction from ATC. So you just instruct us to do it on the chart. F1 was hectic. Yeah, I've heard it was an interesting one. I know a few scant details.
Orbital 3 Tango arrival, expecting ILS 29er, direct go Delta 9er to 3. Flight level.
Thanks for getting the Copenhagen A to Sandy. 310 so expecting runway 04, which I should think they'll still use. Rain and snow, overcast is 1700. 1 degrees, QNH is 1027. Thank you. Cheers, Tom Knudsen.
Did just land at Copenhagen. What a hotbox. Roasting my sweater now, so good luck. About 20 aircrafts on ground and lots of holding.
Thank you very much, Tom Knudsen. £5. I should think you would have taken part in this event, being a fellow. Wait, are you? I can't remember your exactly Danish, Tom. I know you're Scandinavian, but yeah, it sounds like you had a quite a hectic approach there, and I thought we'd just get involved with the fun, and we'll see what happens when we get there. We will have a very brief cruise here. As soon as we get to 34,000 feet, I'm actually going to start plugging in everything we need for the approach there, but glad you got down safely. How long did you hold for, Tom? I'd be quite interested to know. We've got at least 35-40 minutes of holding fuel, so hopefully it won't take too long. Thanks, buddy, and I hope you're doing well.
10.
Thanks, David, for the $5.
Boeing traitor, lol, just kidding, but you came to the right side now.
What?
Just to get you in real life.
Thanks a lot, David Dillon, for the $5. Boeing traitor, yes. Would come to the right side now? Absolutely not. Can't wait to get back in my Boeing already. Thanks a lot, David Dillon, for the $5. So I should expected as a US citizen that you would have loved a little bit of the Boeing. So thank you very much. Tom, lots of fun, mate. 15 minutes holding was lucky. Yeah, fingers crossed then. Thankfully, in our direction, there's probably, what, half a dozen aircraft going in, but I can see quite a few aircraft holding there. But I've been advised, well, I think we did it last stream, this aircraft holds completely fine. The problem will be making sure we get it in good time, because, remember, this is an aircraft I don't fly in real life. I have no experience flying either. My experience is a week flying on a desktop simulator, as opposed to, you know, almost 5,000 hours on the real 737. So I'm a lot happier in that aircraft streaming it. This one is very much outside my comfort zone, which is very amusing for all of you to watch.
Contact now, radar 135, there's no 625, release by order.
The A300 is the least traitory plane possible. A true list of it. And Tom Nuts and PS, best regards to Mariana 2. Christmas is coming, so buy something nice. Thanks a lot, Tom. I will. I hope she's not watching the stream. Dragon's Battle, how do you actually hold? I've never been able to do it in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Do they have an aircraft capable of holding? Really much depends what you're doing, but very easy to load into the FMS in a quality aircraft like this, no problem.
Yeah, just only listen to identify then any
Devil, have you ever diverted in real life before? Absolutely, yep. I just had a little look here at the aircraft. See how we're climbing very fast?
Okay, you are identified.
That's the reason, look. The ever-increasing headwind. So, as we climb, the headwind has been increasing. I've been too busy looking at chat here. But as that increases, the indicated airspeed rises as we go into an increasing headwind. So the aircraft will pitch up more to maintain the climb speed there, which is why we're still able to climb at 2,500–3,000 feet per minute, even though we're up at 31,000 feet. And look at the drift there.
Yellow 355 identified, continue heading.
There's Echo Papa Mike Bravo, not sure what airport that is. You're able to see the drift in this view, look at that.
And 355, please advise whenever you'll be able to receive the VR and you can proceed standard route.
There's one to go, look. We'll slow this bad boy down.
For now, Lima Alpha Whiskey from Poznań. Break, with 581, descent 3000, clip wireless 29, after replan, report.
A300 is a beast in the climb anyway, even with towing, yeah, it's a hugely overpowered aircraft, it's great.
Ryanair 715.
Port Park in the so it's got all of the climb performance the A321 is missing. Yeah, I know, the A321 is known for being very underpowered. I mean, that's a 220 passenger aircraft with the same engines as the smaller buses, I think. There we are. Anyway, nav and profile, we're at 340, maintaining decimal 78. There's top of descent. Just under 160 miles away, so I think we should already think about getting things set up as soon as possible. XX Burger fan, can we cruise at 40,000 feet today? I think that's above the maximum certified altitude of this aircraft, plus we really don't have the time on this sector, if we could get up there to go up there.
Whiskey, that is correct, push and start is approved, facing to the west, QNH Gdańsk 1022.
50, 40, 30.
Thanks a lot again, David Dillon, for the $5. Oh.
Regarding new US citizen comment, I think Airbus did it right with the commonality of the flight decks, excluding the A300 of course.
Thank you very much, David Dillon, for your $5. Well, yes, excluding the A300, I mean the commonality, yes, there's the PFD and an ND perhaps, and the automation. I suppose when I've been trying out the toeless Airbus, which is the only other Airbus I've tried, it wasn't too different, and I do say in jest quite a lot of the time how different it is, but there's enough in common for me to transfer, you know, the skills I have flying the 7.3 onto the A320. This more so though, this more so. This is a lot better. But yeah, thanks a lot for the $5. I presumed as an Airbus, as a US citizen, you would prefer Boeing over Airbus though. Right, anyway. Let's chit chat more planning here, guys. We're hitting about 30 FPS. So here is Copenhagen. Expecting today a Tidview 1 Echo.
6847, just to confirm, descent level 100.
There she is.
100, Ryanair 6847.
Thank you.
Approach. Alice 04 left, but I will just grab an ATIS here. Copenhagen, are we online? We are. Now, why is that not coming up? 1, 2, I think I need to tune it, don't I? Actually, I'm not going to put it there because it sometimes sounds the ATIS on X-plane. So 22. I could be out of range because I'm trying to. Oh, there we are. I was just wondering why it's not coming up on the message. I've got it on messages at least. So Castrop departure and arrival information Charlie 1920 Zulu, so half an hour ago. Expect runway 04 left after landing, vacate runway. Departure runway 04 right. Automatic weather report 3107. 10k light rain, light snow, overcast at 1700 feet. It's 1 degree, and the QNH expecting is 1027, so it is 04 left. Cool. What is the must-have add-on for X-Plane 11? You've just bought it, said the Dragon Battle. Zebo Mod 737, you don't even need to spend any money. Type in YouTube how to install the Zebo 737, and there you go, you'll be flying one of the best 737s on any flight simulator, and about 85% of my streams are flying that aircraft, so enjoy. So, here's the arrival, coming in from Tidview, just direct to Venom. We're going to be at 5,000 feet at Venom. Alright, Venom 5,000. Oops, no, what have I done here? So Tidfu, no altitude restriction. The Venom, it's already there as 5,000. How do you see the restrictions? Because I see it says Venom 50, so I'm guessing the restriction's in, but how do I clarify? Does it usually come up here? Not sure, but I'm confident the restriction's in there. That's it, just Tidfu to Venom, that's the arrival, and then after 5,000 feet you can expect a vector. But I expect to hold at Tidfu beforehand, if it's busy. And eventually we'll get vectors onto ILS 04 left, and we're going to vacate to the right. Here, now we might be able to get 04 right, but there'll be a lot of departures here, because ideally we'd like for Realism to taxi onto the cargo apron, which is over here, but either way we can't really vacate anywhere conveniently. We'd have to vacate to India, so we'll vacate at the right here. It'll make for a bit of fun taxiing. Taxiing in here.
3970, Mike, correction, Oscar Mike.
So that's the landing there, but yeah, let's have a look at the ILS. I can't remember how to tune any of this stuff. Oh yes, it's here, isn't it? 10.5. Course is 037.
Confirm destination Poznań or Krakow.
Minimum system approach, category C, 235 feet, which is 222 under decision height.
3941, clear Poznań, runway 29, success
225.
4501.
So frequencies, courses and minimums have been set. Platform is 3,000 feet and 9.3 DME. Which is CI04 left, and then 1,600 feet at 5 DME, which is FI04 left. Out to the runway, and we have to go around, I'll pray, climb straight ahead to 500 feet, left turn 347, climb to 3,000. MSA, no issues with terrain here. And yeah, landing performance, there's no accurate landing performance calculator, I don't think, available with this at the moment. No, only takeoff performance. So what I'm going to do is we'll try and vacate expeditiously because it's a busy event to the right as well, so we can either aim for Echo 3. If he wants us to go left, we can take Alpha 7, which is about just over half the length of the runway available, which is 3,600, so we want to stop at around 1,800. It's going to be reasonably heavy, okay, because we're taking a lot of cargo, so I'm going to use auto brake. Oh, I think I have to wait until the... I know what, gear has to go to the off position. Auto brake needs to be in the mid position. That's it. There really isn't that much to say, except expect we can hold Tidfu. That's it. Super busy today.
3905, 6000,
Just need to do performance in the flight management computer.
61363 heavies. Living mass space unit come 1 to destinate. Bye bye.
Technical camera mode checked. Landing elevation set. FMS. Ensure departure arrivals are in. Check landing performance. So takeoff approach. I'm going to go with 3040, which is full flaps. V approach. Now VAP, is that in an Airbus VREF or the actual approach speed we fly? Is it VAP plus 5, or do I fly 143 or plus 5 148? That's my question. Is VAP VREF? I think it's VREF, the equivalent, but I can't remember. MDA, even though it's a DA, but we'll put MDA of 235.
And I want to X-ray, reduce speed 250 knots.
VAP is already corrected, you think, more FPL. It does say wind correction below it. Okay. I reckon it could be the speed that we fly, so I'll put 143.
Alpha Canliner Alpha Kilo, contact Sweden 12865.
There we go. Just over 80 miles from top of descent as well. Flyer, how long to land if we get no delays?
Contact Sweden,
35-40 minutes.
126.
David didn't VREF is approach speed. Well, no, VREF is actually your minimum approach speed. Your V-fly is plus 5 that, but what is that in an Airbus?
12865. Thanks very much for the service. Alpha Canliner Alpha Kilo. Bye now.
That's Andy, I think.
3970 at the gate, dzięki, do usłyszenia, Marek.
Tom Boss, in the current pandemic, don't you think you should get some spray on all the digital displays? They're filthy, I know. Yeah, just imagine, the previous captain's been sneezing on all the displays. Yeah, Jim's just as bad luck.
Dobry wieczór. Continue direct airlock. Expect ILS runway 2, correction 33 in Warsaw.
Swedish FIR frequencies 128.625. Thanks, Jonathan. Yeah, we should be going Swedish FIR. Oh wow, this is a silly flick switch thing, so I'll just remember to move it over. VREF is the VLS, the amber bar, and VAP is just VLS plus 5, and then any more correction only if needed. Thanks, FS Flight Productions. Different to Boeing then. So Boeing have VREF, which is your minimum, you know, your final approach speed, which is 1.3 times your stall speed for your configuration, and your fly speed, you would correct that. So I'll fly 143 then. So unlike the 7.3, this is a heading up display as opposed to the track up display, so we can see heading of this aircraft was like 314, 313, yeah, 313 look, and that we're tracking 303, 302, and that's the drift from the wind coming in from the north at 80 knots.
And I'll pick a 18 Papa for sure.
Go ahead.
Contact Sweden 128.625, you're released by Warsaw, enjoy your flight.
128.625, thanks to the ATC, I'll back at 18 Papa Hotel, Chiquia.
Always a pleasure, thank you.
Cheers. Very cool. 128.625, thank you very much for giving me the heads up on that frequency. So this is Sweden radar. With my armrest up. Actually, that's a good point actually, I'll talk about that in a second. A Swedish radar, very good day, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, maintaining flight level 340 inbound to Devil.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, good evening, Sweden, squawk 4560 please.
Squawk 4560, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel.
Sweden, hello, Lufthansa 2 November, Charlie, flight level 370, request descent.
Okay. Yeah, armrest, so obviously in the desktop sim you don't need to worry about this. But actually when we're hand flying, it's really nice to have the armrest down because it gives you a pivot for your arm. So you put your elbow here. You imagine when you're flying, well, the captain's side here, I put my elbow here, and then holding the control column with my left hand, and makes it a lot easier to control. Now, some people don't like that. Some people prefer not to have it, but I found, for me personally, especially when I was in the right-hand seat, putting your elbow here to help fly also improved my handling, let's say. But yeah, you don't have to worry about that here.
Flight level 290, Lufthansa 2 November, Charlie. Sweden, good evening, jet time 1129, request descent.
Louis Barton, you've just landed at Castrop. I can tell you there's a hell of a wait. Uh-oh. So let's have a look at some figures here. Oh no, we don't have the integrated tablet yet. So our alternate is Aarhus in Denmark, not too far away. We need 4.6 tons to divert to Aarhus. Or is that Aalborg? I can't remember. Aarhus is Echo Kilo Alpha Hotel, I think, which is Aarhus. So we need 4.6 tons of fuel at the moment. If I can remember how to get the information up here. It's an Airbus. I can't remember how to get it to show me what I need to see. Yeah, there we go. I think extra fuel on top of the alternate look is 3.2 tons, so not extra 44 minutes.
Roger, joining the TIDVU holding, jet time 1129.
Oh, did you say join the TIDVU holding? I think that would be
Control, good evening, Scandinavian
something we can
103 with you
expect.
at flight level 320.
Scandinavian 103, good evening.
Yes, so we can certainly anticipate holding it. So we can certainly hold. Everyone else has been told to hold a TIDVU.
Joining
so
the
we get-
hold at flight level 320,
so when we get closer, we
and
will
could you
do
say
the
the
same.
text again, the TIDVU?
The what? Brilliant.
Scandinavian 103, join TIDVU holding.
Oh, you were told to hold at row, were you, Andy M71? Ah, okay.
Roger, I found it on the charts and...
Well, hopefully get TIDVU, which is the published hold.
And maintaining flight level 320.
See what happens.
Lufthansa 2 November Charlie, Contact Sweden Control 131, decimal 275.
The Dutch accent on that guy. He was very Dutch.
Control, good evening. It's Shamrock 78 inbound Korea, flight level 320.
Shamrock 768, good evening. Sweden Control identified. Cleared Tidvo holding as published. Do you have inbound traffic to Copenhagen?
Wizard to enter Tidvo holding as published. Shamrock 78.
He doesn't sound very Irish.
103, to traffic
Oh, Shamrock there.
300.
Descend to flight level 300, Scandinavian 103.
If you descended a hold, the estimate will go up a little. It estimates.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, join Runway holding inbound track 300 degrees, right on button, outbound time 1.5 minutes.
Hold at Romeo Oscar Echo, 300 degrees right hand pattern and 1.5 minutes. Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. Okay, well there you go. Got to hold at Romeo Oscar Echo. Gosh darn it. Well, it's during the descent at least. It could be. We should have perhaps squeezed in a little bit of extra fuel here, guys. Fingers crossed. That's the actual fuel on board, 10 tons. So we've got another 6 tons to go. So let's try and work this out. Flight plan, row, hold. He said 300.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, descent platform 300.
Right hand turns. 1.5 minutes. Insert. There we go. Row hold is in there, and I must guess that this depiction here. Whoa! Great. What on earth is going on? What on earth? Wow. I've just lost control. Okay. What on earth is going on here? What the earth was that? What happened there? Wow. Right. Okay. Well, I've got no control of the engines. Right, I've got control of the aircraft. Oh my goodness me! What on earth happened there? What on earth happened there? Right, autopilot's in. All the throttle seems to be locked in, but I think that's because it's catching up with the target speed. Right, it's holding 340, but speed I have no control of it. Let's just see if I can get some speed control. Just get the auto throttle. Right, I've got control of the thrust. Now I know about that. I don't think they ever noticed. Thank you very much to whoever that was that just joined as a member. Welcome, Steve Baxter. Must have been you, Steve. As soon as you joined as a member, I lost complete control of the aircraft. What on earth happened there? That was crazy. ATS off, it said on the top there, but all the switches are on there. What happened? Like, literally, didn't knock the controls, didn't knock anything. Tobias, because you started number 1 first as well. That was wow. Literally nothing I did there, guys. I swear to you. I've never, ever, ever. I've been streaming for 2.5 years. I've never seen anything like that happen before. Speed seems to be a little bit out of the window here. It's basically flying as fast as it can, but we're now level again 340. I thought it was because the wind just dropped off, but essentially the speed just crashed out. I know I've got manual thrust here, by the way. Yeah, that's better. Wow. Okay. What? Anyone had that before in the A300? I thought it might have been active sky, because what was the wind? We had 90 knots. If anyone would like to play the stream back and see what happened to the wind on the ND just before we lost control, that would be interesting to know. But we're back at the control. I mean, I thought that was it. The attitude we were at. Well, that was interesting. Replay mandatory. That really made me jump. I can't remember. I was too busy looking at chat. Thank you very much to the member that joined as well, as I've already said. Thank you, Steve Baxter. Your membership almost brought the aircraft down. Oh, God. But everything seems okay. ECAM. There's no messages. Oh, blimey. That was interesting. Are the fridges okay? Brilliant. Steve Baxter, that was a fantastic start to the membership. I must add, Steve, you'll be invited now to our members-only Discord. Enjoy your custom emergency chats. We have some very befitting ones there for that situation, no doubt. We've got report to Chief Pilot in-ops emojis for your seatbelt sign on. I'm just looking back at the comments. RIP. No. What in the world? Wow, what happened? Pan. That would be a pan call, most likely. If that was to happen to me in real life initially, I had no control initially as well. I was making inputs on the controls, but no input, and then everything came back. But we're going to seriously overload the aircraft. Anthony, that was close to finally doing a barrel roll for the peeps. Very close. It's quite funny. If actually someone had requested it just before, it would have been perfect timing. Right, anyway, we can request descent now. Cool. Hopefully that'll be the only event we have.
Also join aeronav holding as published. Inbound track 179 degrees, left and button, and outbound time 1.5 minutes.
It's been hard to tell what it was from within the stream. Yeah, who knows? I mean, my joystick's not even close to it. That's very unusual.
Sorry, we'll join aeronav holding inbound 179 degrees, left hand pattern, and 1.5 minutes left.
Scandinavia 463, descent flight of 290.
Yes, and no displayed nav aid. Okay, more problems. Let's just get this guy to read back his clearance and then we can initiate descent. You can see, look, it's telling me to descend. Look.
Yeah, sorry to wake up. Descent flight of 290.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel request descent.
Alpaca 18 Hotel 18 Papa Hotel, descent flight of 330.
Descent flight level 330, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. So I think if I just push the profile button, it will initiate a descent, but I just want to do vertical speed, in fact, so... there we go, just rotate that slightly.
Good evening, speed and control.
She's going to go down, she is. So we're on vertical speeds.
Holding as published.
Now how do I get this to display a Mach number? I'm not sure, but I want to bring that speed back if we're actually holding a little bit. There we go, top of sensor chat, thanks a lot guys. Winds were steady. I don't know what caused that then. Is 200 knots, what we saw in the FMC, reasonable for the upcoming hold for this altitude? No, it's not, Jeff Sumner. You want to be holding a little bit faster if you're up at 33,000 feet. Yeah, I'll play that back. I mean, from my side, no inputs on the controls or anything like that. It just, all I heard was stick shaker and an attitude which was very high and very a high in bank as well. I think you click the click area of the yoke. Ah, was that it? So if maybe I click this, possibly. If you might be able to just see that from the playing the stream back, perhaps.
Control Scandinavian 103. What are the average holding times?
Sorry, we don't have a full manager at the moment, so me as an individual controller, so I don't have that information.
Okay, thank you.
Says flight level 330. John, try clicking it, see if you can replicate. Yeah, that was strange.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, descent flight of 290.
Descent flight level 290, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
So I'm going to bring that speed back a little bit further because we're anticipating holding shortly. Let's go back to 230. So what are we going to be holding at here? 33,000 feet, so... if you're holding above 20,000 feet or so, the holding speed is around 250, 260 knots or something, but I think we can get away just about with 230. I don't want to go much slower than that because we're going to be close to the I'm not sure what the Airbus speeds are. I think the green dot represents minimum clean speed. You've got your minimum manoeuvre speed here, and then stick shaker activation, I guess, top of the red bar, but I'm only taking that from what the Boeing is. Yoke was manhandled, was it? Ah, that could have been it then. Jeff's, check FMC, I believe you're holding at 200 knots. I'm just going to leave the speed window open so I can hold the speed manually. I'm not going to leave it to hold at 200. Same as I'd hold in real life there as well. You know, we typically wouldn't use VNAV, we'd be in a basic pitch mode like vertical speed, just with the speed window open. Just played it back, you did grab the yoke. My mistake when you moved the PFD. Ah, okay, so I accidentally, when I was moving the AVI tab, I think, I grabbed that, and you can see, look, there's a little... the little arrows there, so yeah, that's... I should think that's what caused it, guys. It was the equivalent of me literally grabbing the control column and yanking it back. We were lucky then. It was quite interesting, actually, because in that situation, if that was to happen in real life, we actually have a recovery procedure there. And it's called upset recovery, so you have sort of two, nose high and nose low. And they both require memory items, so in that situation we went nose high, so and it's difficult because if you know, it's a lot of startle there, like it was for me. I'm like, oh, what's going on there? But you essentially disconnect everything, full nose down for the nose high, trim, reduce thrust, and then you roll the aircraft as required, and when the wings level, approaching the horizon, you hopefully have recovered nicely there. Yeah, UPRT, exactly, Tom Bollock. A lot of training goes into that during the type rating and recurrency training too. And actually, it's how the simulator, you know, it can throw you in that situation. You can set it up to put you in a nose high or nose low, but usually what we do, the instructor will sit in the other seat, get the other guys to close his eyes, and he'll put him in a really unusual attitude, high roll, high attitude, high bank, and they just have to recover. Adventures in Coffin Corner.
Contact Polaris Control 118.875.
118.875.
Oh, turn the music up a little bit now. And breathe. Hopefully, no more issues. So there we are, we're approaching our point we'll be holding imminently. After Lucid, there is Copenhagen here.
Shuttle 76 requesting descent.
Is all the aircraft there, I think? Nothing falling off? My days. Chris 529, what was your gravity flight attempt? Push the stream back 10 minutes, you'll see.
Good evening, Sweden Control identified, climb to flight level 390.
And also, did you watch the F1 today? Don't tell me anything, I'm going to watch the highlights as soon as we've landed. Tom, brace for impact, holding tears, and female similar screams. I can't remember my reaction. Did I swear? Did I keep it clean? Right, anyway, we're approaching holding very shortly. Looking on the VATSIM map in front of me, doesn't seem to be anyone else holding there, but remember, aircraft's coming in all sorts of directions here. But I can see one aircraft ahead holding over Bornholm, which is Andy in Alpaca 9 at Alpha Kilo, one of the members. So maintain flight level 300 Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. So 300 is set. Let's pull the switch, remember, pull. It's an Airbus, you pull it out. And we'll just go down at 1,000 feet per minute. Aircraft's behaving as it should be. There's the island of Bornholm. Andy M71, watch your controls. You'll be only 1,000 feet above me, lol. Yeah, good luck, Andy. Hopefully I won't dive right on top of you.
1235
Tom Dobson departures 46, arrivals 91. Ouch. Guys, if you're enjoying watching me lose control of the Airbus A300, which happens periodically, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. As just reminded by Jonathan there, we have 285 likes, a measly amount compared to 540 of you watching. So again, smash the thumbs up button. We should be hopefully, well, I don't know how long this delay is. Someone did ask the controller, but obviously frustrating. We're far too high now, but we'll just hopefully descend at the hold at Romeo Oscar Echo, which are about to enter shortly, and hopefully we'll be on our way landing as soon as possible. David Wake, one dislike is from the autopilot. Yeah, being thrown around the sky. Thanks a lot, Moan, for the livery as well. Damn it, he kept it clean. I know, Sim 737 pilot. I'm good, Captain.
Confirm squawk 1235, Lufthansa X-ray Papa 7. Lufthansa 2 November Charlie, 703, clear to land, wind is 120 degrees, 5 knots. Runway 03, clear to land, ground at the moment.
Jake Morley, was a good recovery, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of sort of instinctively applied the nose high recovery, so I did just jam the elevator down, which is essentially what you do. Well, not jam it, but enough to stop the nose rising, and trimmed. But one of the things I was a little late doing was reducing thrust, but I didn't have any direct control of the thrust initially, but I needed to disconnect the autothrottle, so obviously in the real aircraft it's a bit more instinctive to apply that. So there we are, entering the hold at Romeo Oscar Echo. Unlike several payware aircraft, this iniBuilds A300 seems to be holding fantastically. There's a lot of aircraft that don't, or not able to hold accurately, but this seems to be working perfectly. We're just leveling off at flight level 300, and round we go.
Cargo 7158, are on this frequency. Cargo 7158, squawk 1230.
Squawking 1230, cargo 7158.
Scandinavia 462, flight level 244, 280. Scandinavia 462, good evening, Sweden Control.
Climbing slightly, let's try and maintain flight level 300. And Mike, flashback to holding training in IR intensifies. That's the beauty of aircraft like this. Just leave it in LNAV, or nav. Sorry. Oh, it's a little bit of a bent turn in the hold, but this is the beauty of iniBuilds. They're one of these teams that, you know, is it holding accurately? Yes, it is. Maybe shouldn't have leveled off at the turn there, but you know, it's freshly newly built, and they seem to be one of these developers who are looking to, you know, keep updates coming out, making sure that you have the best experienced aircraft. But otherwise, it seems to be all holding correctly. Jonathan Daniel, what do you really think of Airbus as a Boeing pilot? Is it really just an on-off button unlike Boeing? No, Jonathan, it requires a different. It's the same set of skills you need, obviously, with two different ways of doing the same job. But there are many similarities. There isn't just a button that says on and off. Contrary to popular belief.
Holding inbound 170, left hand patterns, and 1.5 minutes. That's traffic. Norstelle 76, descend flight limit 290, expedite descent please.
Cool. How long have we been airborne now for?
Norstelle 76.
44 minutes, plus 3, because I was late engaging it. Oh, immediate exit, I love that.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Thanks a lot, John, from Wiltshire for £2. Says, new pullover fund, can't risk baggy sleeves now. Oh dear. Thanks a lot, John, from Wiltshire.
Track 179 degrees, left turns 1.5 minutes, and flight level 300.
There are similarities while they both fly. Yes, FS 777. But with regards to operating, there are similarities. And I think Boeing, I need an Airbus pilot to confirm this, I think with Boeing, the 73 certainly, it is a big Seneca, a big twin-engine, multi-engine piston aircraft, so when you come off the instrument rating onto the Boeing, there's a lot of commonality between that, whereas Airbus has different laws, logics, systems which are perhaps a little unnatural, let's say.
Lufthansa 2 November Charlie, taxi to stand 15, Yankee Hotel.
A Danish Silvers, you must make a video of best moments of, like the one today, Captain. That'll be quite a compilation, no doubt. That would definitely go in there. Cool. Right, where are we turning left for? No, we shouldn't be turning left here. There we go. Now it's going in the right direction.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, turn right, direct tidroute.
That's Andy getting his...
Turn right, direct, confirm the waypoint again, please. Tidroute, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, right turn, direct tidroute, Tango, India, Delta, Victor, Uniform.
Jonathan Wiltshire thought this was a right-hand hold, yeah, it's just getting itself sorted out. It's otherwise holding reasonably well. Right direction and right altitude, that's all ATC really care about. Passengers picking up all their belongings from the overheads. Fantastic, Jake Morley. 10 out of 10 for that comment. It's like a Scandinavian flick. Yeah, it's just getting ready to drift out the corner, turning left and then snapping round. Brilliant. Hopefully not a huge amount more holding, seeing the only other person holding below us, Andy's... Oh no, there's two other aircraft holding. So Andy, and there's an aircraft also holding at 37,000 feet.
40, 30, 20, 10.
X6 fan. Amusing. FO's about to squawk 7500. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, thankfully there's no unlawful interference, but he's very much in the toilet now, getting rid of his breakfast. Or dinner, I should say, at this time. Thank you.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, turn right heading 260.
Hello, Plane Old Ben, hope you're doing well. Maybe the high altitude in TAS is struggling with the process. What's the highest hold you've ever had? Possibly Plane Old Ben. I've never had to hold.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, flighting 260.
Radar heading 260 degrees. Alpaca 18.
30, 20, 10.
Never had to hold above this altitude, Plane Old Ben. Always below 10,000.
Time to quit being a lurker and make a donation for all the hours of entertainment usually. Taking my mind off of the pain of a training session on the bike.
Thanks a lot, Mash, for the £5. Time to quit being a lurker. Make a donation for the hours of entertainment. Usually taking my mind off the pain of a training session on the bike. Thank you very much, Mash. £5. That's very kind. Everyone in chat, I should think we should give Mash a little bit of encouragement to keep on cycling, pushing hard. Push now. Amazing, Mash. Thank you. And I'm glad I'm a pleasant distraction for your cycling. Right, so now we're on a heading. What we're going to do is exit this hold somehow. So what I'm going to do is push immediate exit. Now, has that spat it out? Well, I'm just going to route direct just to Roxham, which is the next waypoint. So if I go direct... Where's that gone? There we go. Direct to Roxham. It's, hopefully that will split the hold out. There we are. So we spat the hold out. And yeah, we'll see what's going to happen with us next. So we're now on a vector. Yeah, so Plane Up and never held, always on the approach. Most of it had to lay is 20 minutes. So yeah, possibly being at this higher altitude and with the wind direction, it could be making a factor. I'd think the real aircraft wouldn't have to. It would calculate for that and make the necessary input. It just literally in LNAV it just nails that magenta line, and the autopilot makes the inputs to make sure it never drifts off it. So obviously the turn radius will be adjusted and angular bank according to the speed. Now how high do I see we are on our profile? Ah, we're 7,000 feet high. Okay, but again, I anticipate more holding, and we haven't been told to get any ATC. Tom Pascoe, shouldn't we be turning? Nope, we're told to maintain a heading of 260 degrees.
Swedish Control Scandinavia.
David Wayne, fuel situation okay? Yeah, we have 8.4 tons on board. And to divert we need 4.6. So we've at least got around 25-30 minutes or so before we'd have to divert.
Do you mind if we step away? We have an XC craving. How long? 5 minutes tops.
Uh-oh, someone's got to stop away.
Roger, thank you very much.
So the next question is how long are we going to stay on this heading and what's going to happen next? I anticipate holding at Tidvu.
Alpaca 1 8 Hotel, right heading 360, descent flight level 290.
Riding 360 degrees and descent flight level 290, Alpaca 1 8 Papa Hotel. So there's our heading in. And 290 set. It's a pull. And set at 1,000 feet per minute. There we go. So it's sort of giving us sort of vectors in the right direction with a step descent.
Overlooks 7158, descent flight over 290. Overlooks 7158, contact Sweden Control 131.
Yoke Rudder Crosswinds, good evening and greetings from Italy. Buenos Sera to you, Yoke Rudder and Crosswinds. You had a good time, just started our... I say started, we've been holding, descending, and it's an incredibly busy event. Aircraft's almost tried to kill us. As well about 20 minutes ago. Hello. That's Swedish, isn't it?
On record 272 Papa. Hello, Sweden Control identified.
Two hours, there we go, just past the 2 hour stream mark. I thought we'd touched down by now. This aircraft A takes so long to set up, and B, the delays as well. Cool.
Lufthansa Cargo 8116, descent flight over 300. Descending flight over 300,
and you, yeah, okay. No, the aircraft didn't try to kill me, I tried to kill you. Alright, fair enough. But you are 100% correct. To be fair, it's quite interesting that they've actually allowed for you to use the mouse to click it to control it. There's not many aircraft that allows you to do that. But yeah, thank God it wasn't. If that was at 500 feet, it would have been game over. Sort of was lucky it was at the cruise level then. Still a lot of aircraft. Wow, there's a lot of aircraft holding in Copenhagen at the moment.
Northstel 9 Delta Alpha, continue left heading 170. Still left heading 170 and stay on high. Northstel 9 Delta Alpha. Lufthansa Cargo 8116.
Got that feeling we might be going to Admiral Skies. Just checking the weather there. It's okay. 9,000 meters. If we do divert. There you go. I mean, who yanks on the yoke at flight level 340 like a man? Are you a real pilot? I thought it would help.
flight level 350, strand 3 Zulu Hotel. Alpaca 18, Papa Hotel, fly direct to Tidvu.
Direct Tidvu, Alpaca 18, Papa Hotel. Okay, so direct Tidvu, inserts.
Contact Sweden Crown 134.975.
Blocked.
Alpaca 18,
It was for me.
Contact Sweden Crown 134.975.
Sorry about that, 134975, Alpaca 18, Papa Hotel. Hello.
Hello.
134975.
Wide Jet 108, hello.
Wide jet? Who's that? Sweden, hello, Alpaca 18, Papa Hotel, maintaining flight level 290, left turn direct to Tidvu.
Hello, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, Sweden, identify descent flight level 100.
Descent flight level 100, Alpaca 18, Papa Hotel. So let's go, 100. And this is why I like the Airbus level change. That's just allowing me to go idle thrust and pitch for whatever buck speed I have, so I'm going to go up to 250 now. Whee! There we go. And how high are we on profile? Obviously, anticipating holding, which I'll ask you in a second. We're over 10,000 feet above profile. Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. Can we expect holding at Tidvu?
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, I haven't heard anything from the Danish guys, so I don't think so. If you could either descend 5,000 feet, EKCH 126.
Okay, it's copied, and descend altitude 5,000 feet, and confirm EKCH.
1026.
Descend altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1026, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. I hope we're not going to get us straight in, because we're super duper high.
Abilene 817 landed
So, 5,000 feet set.
Abilene 817
QNH 1026 passing 27,500, 5,000 feet, standby set. Now, how do I find out total distance remaining? 68 miles, 612, 18, so 7, 20, 20. We should be at 21,000 feet, we're 27, so we're not actually super high for a straight in, but I don't think we're going to get a straight in, so I'm just going to leave it going down as it is, because I can just see on the...
Contact approach 118.45. 119.450 Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, thanks very much, bye.
1845.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, contact approach
50, 40, 30, 20.
Approach on 118.450, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, bye.
Looks like it's time for a nosedive.
Thanks, like XX Burger fan, for the $5. Not again. Not again. Excellent, buddy.
This approach runway 04 left. Expect ILS approach 04 left. Maintain present heading. Descent flight
I'm about to Tidvu.
80. Lufthansa 32 November.
After Tidvu, we've got to go to Venom.
Kilo is descending to flight level 170 for 5,000 feet. Inbound Tidvu. Turn left heading 310, you're reaching 884.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, a very good evening to you, sir. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet, QNH 1027, vectoring for ILS approach runway 04 left.
5,000 feet, QNH 1027, and apologies for stepping onto one Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
We will survive.
Like that. Approach, good evening, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1027, inbound to Tidvu. To that.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, stand by shortly, I'll be right with you. Break, your wings 884, you may turn further left.
He sounds very Danish, does he?
Turn left heading 220, you're reaching
Captain Jobby Master, your landings are more like co-pilot ones. Hey, Captain Jobby Master, some of the first officers I fly with, their landings are far better than mine.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, sorry about the delay. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet, QNH 1027, vector 4 left.
No problem at all. Send 5,000 feet on 1027. Spec vectors ILS04 left. Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. Perfect. Well, expecting vectors. So continuous cleared. Tidvu to Venom. Here's a restriction to be at 5,000 feet at Venom. You can forget about that because that's going to be completely impossible this height. So we're going to disregard that.
40, 30, 20.
Thanks a lot,
10.
Mad Matt UK 123 for the £2. Very kind of you, sir. Glad you enjoyed the stream. And thanks for the couple of quid.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, turn right heading 320.
Right heading 320, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
Looking good now, so maybe that's all the delay we can expect. So
Lufthansa 32
Tidvu was the
5,000 feet,
only hold above, but
speed 220.
I think there's several approach controllers here. But yeah, I'm surprised that we're not getting further holding, if I'm honest. Petrich speed brake light max, it will drop like a rock. I don't want to drop too much because I don't think we're going to get straight in, and if I drop height very quickly it means we're going to have to level off sooner, burn more fuel. So I'm just going to keep it as it is now. We're only about, if we're straight in, we're about 6,000 feet high. Thanks for subscribing. Majid Al Mamari, welcome aboard, buddy.
Left 030, Lufthansa 32 November.
Flight deck to hold to Gudar. Brilliant. So bound to Venom. After Venom, that's it. Vectors. So we just need to, after Venom, maintain runway heading, maintain the heading. Which is what these arrows mean. After that, maintain heading. Off we go. Oh, that's Canadian dollars, by the way. Sorry, XX Burger fan. Did I say US dollars?
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, you're a little bit high. Could you please turn right to heading 350?
Heading 350, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. We'll go Exercise descent. So, every guy I said was completely wrong. I was expecting more of a... heading select 350, and we can help him out here as well. So yeah, in hindsight, what I should have done is actually say to him, you know, can I'm expecting further delay, which is why I'm staying high, or why I was thinking of staying high. But he's going to give us the delay vector, and we're going to really help those come down now by going full speed brake. We should get 4,000 or 5,000 feet per minute now.
24 Tango, this is going to maintain 5,000 feet, QNH 1027, speed 227.
Obviously got a sign on. There's 20,000 feet. What I also like about, I think, the A300, if I update the FMS to say route direct to Venom, so direct to Venom, insert, it stays in the heading, I think, which I love, because in the Airbus A320 it doesn't, it starts routing direct to the waypoint when you're updating it. Whereas here, look at, yes, it's just depicted the turn, but it stays in the heading for you, which I like. There you go, profile. Oh, it was beginning to come alive, but we're still very high.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, left turn heading 250, negative, left turn heading 270.
Left heading 270, Alpaca 9.
So another thing I could do to get down quicker is increase our speed, but because the max speed is around 250 knots or so.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, left turn heading 290.
Left heading 290 degrees, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. There's the speed brakes up. Jason Dictor, how long have you been holding? I think with the delayed vectors and hold, 15 minutes. Looking good, down we go. There's obviously plenty of traffic around us as well.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, turn left heading 220.
Left heading 220, 220 Alpaca 9 altitude.
Perfect, so I can sort of see what's going to happen to us here. Looking at the VATSIM map, hopefully positioned kind of like a right-hand downwind. So there is the airport here to the north. And yeah, hopefully no further holding. Fuel-wise we're okay, 7.6, but we are approaching our sort of...
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, turn left heading 260.
Left heading 260 degrees, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. So 260 degrees.
Lufthansa 32 November.
So it's going to send us towards the airport.
Left 310, Lufthansa 32 November.
So our alternate is 4.6 tonnes and we have 7.6. So we've only got 2 tonnes above our final reserve, so that's around 20 minutes or so extra delay. Oh no, what's the one thing the A300 has that you wish you had in the 737? A massive cockpit. The 737 is a bit cramped.
Contact final 120.2, bye-bye.
No problem at all. Place to be controlled by yourself. 120.2, Alpaca down altimeter. Bye now.
Bye.
Lovely. So we can anticipate that frequency next as well. And we'll keep it going down. Speed breakout. There we are, about 4,000 feet high on profile. What I'm going to do is route direct now to CI04 left and keep that updated.
Lufthansa 32 November, turn left heading 220.
Left 220, Lufthansa 32 November.
So here comes 10,000 feet.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, turn left again heading 150. You are coming in a little bit high. Left turn heading 150 and stop descent at flight level 60.
Left heading 150 degrees, stop descent flight level 60, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. This is our best rate. Perfect. So 60, and unusually you see set standard again. So a lot of people ask me, oh, why do you set the QNH so early? But in this case here, he gives you plenty of notice. Right, stop at 60, which is obviously just above the transition altitude. Just reset standard. And we can now do the post-cruise checks.
Leipzig 3228, good evening, identified. On your heading is Big Victor wireless approach 04 left, descend
the speed break for now. And let's do these post-cruise checks then. So descent, NTI is not required at the moment, altimeters are set.
Lufthansa 32 November, contact
soon runway turn off and landing lights on. Put the taxi light on as well for this stage.
Say again,
And that's
Lufthansa
set.
32 November.
Lufthansa 32 November, contact
2 minutes wait to go.
120.
Looking good, guys.
Contact final 120, decimal to Lufthansa 32 November. Thanks and good night.
Good night. Swiss 2 for Tango, left turn heading 310.
Behave yourself in chat, guys.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, turn further left heading 040.
Now I'm going the wrong way. Left heading 040 degrees, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. So yeah, I shot myself in the foot here. I anticipated a lot more delay, so I kind of stayed high to allow for holding. But what I've done there is now put myself
50,
too high.
40,
So we're heading in
30,
the
20,
wrong direction.
10.
So I actually want to go vertical speed now, just to kind of minus 500 feet per minute, heading the wrong way. Thanks a lot, Matt UK, again for £2. Thank you, wherever you are, and glad you enjoyed the stream. Very, very kind of you.
And Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, you may consider descent to 5,000 feet. QNH is 1026.
Continue descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1026, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. So 5,000 feet set. 1026 passes 7,100 for 5,000 feet, and instruments are all set. Coming in top of the crowd here, and it is -2, so we need the engine anti-ice on.
Leipzig 3228, need you to turn 10 degrees to the right to heading 040, please. 10 degrees to the right, 040, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, turn further left heading 310.
Left heading 310 degrees, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. Go. I'll just put the alerts muted now because it's going to get very busy in the next stage here. headed over to centre.
Swiss 24 Tango, you may contact final frequency.
There's a little bit of Copenhagen below us, look.
Bye-bye.
Running the sim 12 hours behind live time. So we're just doing 500 feet per minute at the moment. When you're downwind on a vector, you want to be around 6,000 feet passing abeam the aerodrome. So again, that's kind of straight into a 10-mile final, and looking okay here. So that's why I'm just doing 500 feet per minute. Bloodline man, I love flying. Me too, buddy. Me too. Matthew Rankin, would you say minus 200 to minus 250 is a realistic landing? That's a more of an acceptable landing.
Left heading 250.
I'm taking 250 degrees. Alpaca 18 to Papa Hotel.
Yeah, and Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, you may turn further left heading 220.
Further left heading 220 degrees. Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. 220. So again, slightly away from the airfield on a kind of an extended downwind. That's Malmo below you, Reese. Oh, yeah, we're still over Sweden, aren't we? Sorry to all the Swedes watching. Clapstone, absolutely love your live stream. Thank you very much. If you're in love with the live stream, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. We've got a like for every single day of the year. Look, 365. Wonderful. Aaron Hastings, what does that stop rudder inputs button do?
Stop rudder input.
I think if you make excessive rudder inputs,
Stop rudder input.
that is what happens. Mama UK, have you done a tutorial on transition radial, as I don't know what they mean? Also, there is another YouTube clip on the glider pilots from New Zealand spinning. Fantastic stream. We actually played that clip yesterday, Mad Matt UK, in the stream. I did video in view, because I'm a professional streamer now, I know how to do it. And yeah, awful what happened to those guys. They screwed up essentially. But thankfully no incident, they were lucky to walk out of that one. But yeah, I have several tutorials, not necessarily dedicated to that specific procedure, but I have an approach briefing tutorial and a SID tutorial, which kind of covers SID stars, how to reach us.
Contact final frequency 120.2. Have a great landing, and thank you very much for your confirmation this evening.
220 knots reducing, and finals 120.2. Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel anytime, buddy, and thanks to ATC. Wait. There we go. So 220 knots, speed's going back, approaching our cleared altitude, 5,000 feet on extended downwind finals. I think it's a Kastrup or Copenhagen still. Copenhagen approach, very good evening, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel, and descending altitude 5,000 feet. On our radar heading of 220 degrees, speed 220 knots.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. Again, final hello identified, reduce speed 180 knots, expect ILS 04 right.
Reduce speed 180 knots, expect ILS 04 right, confirm. Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel.
Affirm.
Roger. Lovely, they've changed the runway on me. Right, speed checked. Going to go for one set of slaps here because I do need to reduce speed further to 180 knots. To be fair, we are on the cargo apron, so I should have anticipated that. Right. Wish me luck. Oh no! Right, right, Copenhagen, star, ILS, 4 right, insert, flight plan. Oh no, oh no! How do I select 04 right in an Airbus?
Right heading 350 degrees and 4,000 feet, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
I thought I pressed that. Star, ILS 04 right, insert. Why is it all saying 04 left still?
030 degrees.
Ah, maybe it's that one. Great. Oh, what's happened? I've lost everything.
Right, Lufthansa 32 November.
Oh.
November, I think I missed your read back, so just confirm it's 10 degrees.
Ooh, there we go. I might have to do this manually, guys.
04 right, 010 degrees, 3000 feet.
Oh, it doesn't like me doing that, that's for sure. Oh. I'm not...
Descend 3,000 feet, alpaca
Right,
9
I might have to do this completely visually. I think this is a little bug I've discovered.
75 Charlie Lima, turn left heading 100
Right,
degrees.
180 knots, fine. We've got the speeds there. We're all okay, so at least the autopilot's still working. This could be interesting, guys. Right, there's a bug. Do not push that button. Okay. How on earth do I select for... Oh.
First Canadian 35 Sierra, contact
Jesus.
tower 118.
Abandoned by the computers. Damn you, Airbus! I know it's too reliant on these things. Right, let's at least select the frequencies. And if it push comes to shove, I could request a sidestep. This is getting entertaining by the second, isn't it, for you guys? I bet you're loving it. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Really. Go into start, first clear everything, then reselect 04 right. Why did I not do this in the zero mod?
Right, 260 degrees.
How do I clear it? Let's just reselect everything. Let's just stick in a random. Thank goodness we're not delayed here.
Right, heading 07
no,
degrees,
clear
cleared
out
RLS,
here.
runway 04 left, alpaca 9 alpha kilo.
Let me. I'm melting here. Press 0. Yeah, I did this before. Press that. Press that.
Subject 134, cast and final, hello at MC5, reduce speed 180 knots. Good evening, reduce speed to 180 knots, subject 134.
I think 04 it's not there because it's already selected, but if I go to flight plan, it's just saying 04 left. Well, what I'm going to do instead is at least set the frequencies up here. Now you just feel like the glider pilot in the IMC, I know. Right, let's get rid of that. I'm not going to be defeated by this, I'm not going to request it because I want to learn how to do it. 04 right, 1093.
3228, expect ILS 04 right. Expect ILS 04 right, land again 3228.
Now why is it... Now why can't I change any of this now? Request 04 left, I'm not being defeated, Andy. I don't want to be defeated by it. I want to be able to do this. No, don't push that because then breaks it. Let's put something like a different arrival in.
And as we 24 Tango, you can expect ILS 04 right.
It's weird because I think it's selected, look, because it's not coming up as an option off the approaches, look. So it's selected, but it's not actually in the... Let me try this one, 04 right. By this transition, insert. Yeah, look, it's still showing 04 left. I'd love to think it's a bug instead of me doing something wrong, but it definitely isn't doing it. Select ILS first, yes. Maybe now I can change the frequency. No, it's completely... But I can't change the frequency. Send altitude 4,000 feet, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. Tried to close discos before the other flight. Yeah, maybe 4,000. Pull. That's it. Never flying anything except the seatbelt mod again. Why is that not descending? I'm pulling it, I'm pushing it, pulling it. Pull. Please come down. If we get down in one piece. Well, it's now not descending. Pull, look, pull, that's the way I've... Riding 270 degrees, Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. Why is it not descending now? Push it, pull it, push it. God damn it, I'm pulling it. That's how to do it, that's how I've always done it. But it's not working. Right, let's try level change. No, it's broken, look. Level change, 4,000 feet, nothing's working. Level change. Nothing's working.
Tower 118, decimal 1, Scandinavian 446, ha det bra, hej då.
No, guys, my joystick's not working. Nothing is working. Joystick, nothing at all.
Tower 119,
It's completely broken. I can't make any inputs on the controls. Oh, the rudder's working. Right, it's weird because I can turn and the trimmer's working. I'm having a nightmare, but it's not. Autopilot's in.
Papa Hotel to en right heading 020 degrees, descend 4,000 feet. Clear direct approach runway 04 right.
Alpaca 18 Papa Hotel. We're having a lot of problems with the aircraft here, so stand by. I might have to log off.
Roger that, Doris.
Nothing's working. I can't control the aircraft, guys. Like I can't steer it. I can't use the automation. Nothing's working. Level change. I might have to go offline because I've got no control. I can't control it. I can't even control wheel steering on. No. Command 1's engaged. I mean, I know I'm not an Airbus pilot, but I'd like to think that I sort of have a rough idea of what I'm doing, but nothing is working. Yeah, I'm gonna have to log off, guys. I'll back away at Papota. Yeah, we're gonna have to log off. So sorry about the inconvenience with that. Cheers.
See you next time.
Right, I'm off the network. Okay, but we need to see if we can resolve this because I can't. It's just holding at 5,000 feet. I've got the joystick's definitely working because look, I could pan left and right. Autopilot's in. Yeah, I'm probably missing something completely obvious. I mean, all the switches are on here. Yank the stick. I mean, trust me, guys, I am moving this stick up, down, left, right. My rudder pedals are working. I can yaw. The autopilot is engaged, but it's just not responding to anything. Look, level change, out, hold. Heading look is in heading. Select at 318. It's just completely broken. And this is the first ever time streaming in 2.5 years I've had any issues like this. So yeah, I don't know. I should think maybe reconnect the joystick. Definitely not though, Sergey, because my joystick's working. Like, I can pan left and right. I can trim. I could trim, look, and you can see the aircraft making inputs, and the autopilot's kind of fighting that. Disconnect the autopilot via the yoke. Yeah, but I've not programmed that button. How many miles are we away now? I mean, we're just. I've got no control. I can't do anything. I can't. The autopilot's not working. The controls are not working. I will plug the joystick in and out again, just in case something weird's going on there. But seeing, you know, that Airbus FMS bug I had, maybe that's what's caused it. But I don't know. Right, I've unplugged the joystick. Let me just plug it back in. Plugged it back in. No, still absolutely nothing. Can I control the... look, I can control the... Yeah, it's definitely bugged, look, because... Look, the control column's not even moving, and I'm making inputs now on this. I'm controlling it with my mouse, moving it left and right, and look how the joystick's not even moving. Now I've done it, I can't... Oh!
This is great.
This is game over now. I've got no control. Right, there we go. Well, great. So I'm now controlling it with the mouse, okay. Right, I've managed to get controller back. I'm flying it with a mouse. I got full nose down. This is just... I can't control it. Now we're inverted. Yeah, great. I don't want to end up. What has happened? Come on, come on. Come on. Right. Let's see if I can at least control it with the mouse. Right. So I'm going to try and get it down in Copenhagen with the mouse. Okay. Mouse control only. Got the aircraft back under control. Okay, joystick is not working at all. I'm having to use the mouse only. Right, I'm gonna have to give myself a chance here. I've got a message in Discord here. Like, let me just. I'm trying to control the mouse with the. I'm having a. Let me just turn active sky off because then I'll have a chance. Oh dear. Right. So auto throttle's controlling speed, and I've got control of the mouse here. Okay. Robson says, please tell Sam to go direct to the FMC. It fixes it to control aircraft. Okay. So how do? Let me just get it. Right. I can at least. I have control. Okay. So we're descending slowly. Let me just get it here. So how do I get control of the aircraft in the FMC? I've focused on the tablet. No, that's not correct. I've got control. And look at this, flying with the mouse. Let's just try and at least head in the right direction. Where are we? Right, I can kind of cheat there. Right, let's... Are you guys enjoying this stream? I thought so. So yeah, any advice if anyone has had this with the iniBuilds A300 to somehow get control? But new stream idea: try and get it landed using the mouse on the control column. Oh dear! But the thing is, I've got no autopilot. Let's oh, actually no. Let's use the auto throttle because that will. Let's give myself some speed here. No! Please give me thrust, please. Yes, okay, the thrust is working on my joystick. Alright, let's...
Too low, terrain.
Yes. Right, let's... Right, we've got some direction. I've got some speed here. Let's get to a safe speed. I'm going to leave the flaps where they are. And let's get ourselves towards Copenhagen, at least. And I might have to land it using the here. Oh, dear. Yeah, if anyone could... If it's... you know what it is? It's going to be something very trivial I've forgotten. And it's definitely... No, it's not Avitab. I've not got that open, look. Still says Copenhagen. But I am flying it using the mouse here. Best stream ever. Yeah, congratulations. No more Airbus for a while. I don't know what caused it. Well, it was messing around in the FMS. Right, we've got some height now. Can anyone shut that beeping up as well? Yeah, have I got any control of the automation here, I wonder? No, joystick's not working. Heading select? No, it's the automation is definitely screwed up. It is not working at all. Press the red one. Oh yeah, that will actually cancel it. Yeah, but that's actually engaged, hasn't it? No, now it's just I've got no control. Oh, no. Who said press the red button? But it did shut it up, you're quite right. But that is... I've lost control of the aircraft now. And look, the auto throttle is not working either. Please maintain speed. Right, I think the only way I'm going to try and get this down successfully is to try and land it with the mouse. I have thrust control, okay, that is something here. So what I'm going to try and do is... Are we actually heading in the right direction? So in reality I'd be asking ATC for vectors here, just saying I have directional control issues. Oh yes, I'm having to fly an Airbus A300 with a mouse. Oh, this is going to be a fantastic stream to play back for all of you. Oh my days. Alright. We're sort of heading in right direction here, okay? Yeah, so if any of you doesn't have a joystick, follow my guidance carefully and turn these flight directors off. In fact, do I have any ILS guidance? No, I'm just going to turn this off. This could be interesting, okay? So flight directors off. I've got no DME, no range. I'm just going to have to be referring to the map here to make sure we get close here. I've got no speed control. I thought the auto throttle was working, but it's not. Tom does support the USB and reinsert. Trust me, we've done that, Tom. The joystick's working fine. Left, right, I've re-unplugged it. The joystick is working A-OK. I've got no input on the joystick on the controls, so I'm having to control it using the mouse. I've never seen this before. And I have rudder control as well, which is something. Interestingly, I've just realised something. Look, the ND. Look at the ND. It is completely frozen. Have you noticed that? It's a problem with the aircraft. Look at the ND. It is completely frozen. I've only just realised. So that is no use to us. Matthew Rankin, good job I'm not a real pilot. I know. I know. I've been fooling all these people for so long. Alright, look at our speed now. So I've got thrust at least and control of the joystick. It's the EFB. What do you mean it's the EFB? This? What are you on about the EFB? It's clicked on. I can't take my eye off the ball here, guys. Everyone's saying I reckon it's the EFB. I don't think so. God, but seeing that the ND's frozen, why would something I've done in the EFB cause the ND to be completely frozen? I'm telling you, I think the aircraft's bugged out on me. I genuinely, I'd love to know in chat if it's something I forgot, but I think there's a problem with the aircraft, and the ND's not moving. I've got the true airspeed and ground speed updating, but the heading and track is not updating. Right, anyway. Mouse control it is. I mean, even if I could have the keyboard to control the aircraft, that'd be easier. Right, there's a good intercept heading. Oh dear. Get one of the edges to make some more fun. Outrageous. I'm having to fly visually with no guidance here. I think ever since I did that in the FMC, you know, where I changed the runway and it blanked out and all the screens died, something happened. Something happened to the aircraft. Right, speeds. Well, at least the PFD is working, which has all the essential instrumentation. Right, we're coming onto the localizer here, a bit high, 3,000 feet. I've got no speed control here. Let's take another notch of flaps, okay? I've got no guidance and I'm using the mouse to control the aircraft. Boga challenge. Yes, hilarious. Right, we're coming onto the localizer here. I hope the maps are working at least on the Navigraph. This has been hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Oh, look at the speed. Ooh. I can't. This is the hardest thing I've done as well. Let's drop the gear. Okay, great. Next problem. Oh my god! I can't lower the gear. I can't lower the gear. G's not working. The mouse isn't working. It's completely, the only control I have is from here. Okay, so it's going to be a belly up landing. Gear's not working, speed's low. Let's at least get to 160 knots, come on. Right, please, 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 at least get... Is this even correct? ND is not working. This is fun. Come on. Come on, you can do this. I trust you now, Avitab. Avitab, thank you so much for working. So we have no control of the gear. We have control of the flaps. The flaps are working. The gear is completely jammed. I can't control it in the sim. It's not lowering, it's not raising. Okay. Do you still think I've clicked to the EFB now? Manual gear extension, that is an option. Anyone know how to do that at the A300? How on earth am I meant to do a manual gear extension when I have no autopilot and I'm having to control the aircraft using the mouse? I'm turning away from Copenhagen now. Right, speed's at least under control. The auto throttle's not working even though it says it's engaged, but it does say manual thrust to be fair. But yeah, it's not. It's as good as failed. Let's see if I can get my view here. Thank God I've got a working PFD. If I didn't have a PFD, it'd have been game over. It's behind you. How am I can't look away for 2 seconds though, guys. I can't. I'd love to get the gear down at least. How much fuel have we got? We've got 4 tons of fuel, okay? That's enough for an hour. We've got 30 minutes until we're in Mayday situation with fuel. Right, let's... Oh, I've actually got a localizer here. I'd like to try and get the gear down if I'm honest. You know what, I've got no ND, so I've got no heading information. The ND is frozen. So I've got no heading information, so I don't even know what track I'm on. Checked. So I'm purely reliant on Avitab to make sure I'm on the right heading. Oh, speed's getting high now. Please be a runway soon. We're too high. Check explain failures. I don't think it's an explain issue, if I'm perfectly honest, and they're off at the moment, so... Okay, so Copenhagen is ahead. Oh my god, look at the speed coming back. Because we're climbing as well. Right, we're going towards the runway now. Is there a way of getting the gear down manually? Please, someone in chat. Because at the moment I've got no control of this aircraft. I'm ignoring all the deviations. The only thing I have is attitude speed, but to be fair, that's all you ever need. Right, I'm just trying to get it in a position here where it can land. Press G, yeah, okay, yeah, very good. I've done all that, guys. Alan Jensen, check the map. Are you coming in over the correct location? Yeah, it's over the bay here for runway 04 left, that's correct. Should be ahead of us here. Speed's okay. I can't drop the gear, so I'm going to just try and slow it down. Oh dear, oh dear. Come on, how far are we? We're about 10 miles away now, 3,000 feet, so height's good. Actually, I do have a localizer here. So that is something, but I have no heading or track information. Speed's okay, I'm pretty happy with that speed. I want to leave it exactly where it is. We're applying the foam now. Thank you, AdRange. Reselect pitch trim in your damper. Trust me, it's bugged. It's completely broken. Look, see, look. I'm moving the switches, but they're not moving physically. This one is, but you can hear it clicking. Look, AP bleed. Hear it clicking, but the switches aren't moving. The sim's bugged out on me. But I do have localizer and glide slope. Okay. I think something may be broken. I agree with Joe here, but I'm going to try. Oh my god, do you know how hard it is to fly an ILS when you have no heading or track information? I can see we're deviating. So I'm going to turn left. Right, I'm going to come down around 160 knots. Let's take another notch of flaps. If at least I can get the gear down. If I can get the gear down, it won't look so bad. I mean, it could be get down and the sim's just bugged. No. If someone quickly look in the manual and find out how to do a manual gear extension, that would be greatly appreciated. Speed a bit high. David, that's fine. I'd rather have it high if I'm honest. But I will bring it back a tad. I've got one off full flaps here. Your heading is 032. Is that the required heading? But there's no point knowing what the required heading is because I've got no heading information. Behind the pedestal is the manual gear extension. Right, let me just try and get it in a bit of a trim position here. Right, I think that's pretty stable here. Where is it behind the pedestal? Ah! Oh, please. Can you press pause to see where the manual gear extension is? I'm not cheating. I'm not pausing. Right. Heading is at the top of the screen. Where? Yeah, but this is broken. It's been stuck on this for ages. Right. Okay, well, I actually find this ILS not badly at all. It's a software glitch with copyright protection. It's designed to stop you using it, said Boeing. Ah, gosh, this is... Oh my god, this is getting so sensitive. on. Oh, Streamlabs heading. Ah, I don't see that though, guys. The Streamlabs heading I can't see at all. Right, here we go. Press G again. I've trust me, it's completely broken. I'm coming a bit high here. Right, well, I'm going to leave the flaps where they are. I'm coming in a bit hot, but let's see if we can at least belly land using the mouse controls. First ever belly landing.
Glide slope.
Yeah.
Glide slope.
It should only happen if you're high on the glide slope.
400. Sync rate. Sync rate.
Okay.
Sync rate.
Come on. It's actually very tricky. It's making tiny inputs on that mouse. Add a bit of power here. Here we go, guys.
100.
Let's go idle now. I'm flying this with a mouse, remember. The joystick is not working.
20. 10. 5.
Come on. Reverses, no reverses. I buttered it. I've got no reverses. We're down. We do have reverses. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Copenhagen. We've just buttered it. There's no way I'm shutting anything down. I'm not pausing anything. It's so broken. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Wow. Well, that was interesting. Now, before we end the stream, firstly, I'd really like to try and do some kind of, you know, breaking it here to see if, you know, bug breaking. You know, what on earth happened? You know, what on earth happened? It all sort of triggered from me playing with the FMS. It happened in here. So it was when I selected here, look, Copenhagen. That's what's killing it. Look, I'm doing this and it's just killing all the screens, and I think that is triggering some sort of bug or some issue. Look, I'm pretty confident that's not meant to happen, and when I go back in the FMS, press flight plan, it's all coming back on, but that is completely, yeah, look, joystick, my rudder, my side set rudder pedals, rudder's working fine, joystick, up, down, left, right, no input whatsoever, but thankfully with the mouse I've been able to have control. I can control here, and actually it wasn't quite as difficult as I thought it was. It wasn't quite as difficult as it was. Looking at the comments here, yes, you guys really enjoyed that. That landing was pretty good. I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed with that. The first ever landing where we had to come straight down. Thanks a lot, Kieran Harvey. Do not reload the aircraft. iniBuilds would like to have a look at SASL log to see what happened. Now, how on earth? Yes, I'm sure iniLogs will fix this straight away. Now, how on earth? I trust me. Let's take the time, guys. Let's try and fix this issue and see what happened.
20. 10.
Thanks a lot, Lizzie Windsor, for the £5. This will be interesting.
Must not complain too much. My personal helicopter pilot had to land the helicopter once using just a Fisher-Price keyboard.
Thank you very much, Lizzie Windsor. The Queen Elizabeth II herself, who used a Fisher, one of her helicopter pilots had to use a Fisher-Price keyboard to get down. Oh dear. Right. So plugins, SASL, data, output. Okay, let's plugins. What? Plugins, SASL. Don't reload. Yeah, got the message. Got the message here. Nevada Rocks. iniBuilds is aware of this bug. Fixed in the next update. Okay. New mouse saving the day. Absolutely, that's what it was, Nordsky. Yeah, we'll do the replay, guys. But I want to try and get this fixed for the guys. You know. Only mouse stream next time. Brilliant.
50,
thanks a lot.
40,
You went for the 2 bands. Yes, don't shut down.
20.
In the Explain 11 directory. Oh, it's in the Explain folder, Captain. Okay, so I'll do this now in the background here. Customs X-Plane 11. Not in the game. Plugins SASL. X-Plane 11 plugins. Oh my god, where is it? Output, isn't it? No, where is plugins? Am I going? Plugin SASL data output. Oh my god, where's the plugins folder? I can't remember. Resources, of course. Resources, plugins, output. I can't even find that folder. I want to try and find this now. Double click on the EFB. There's nothing wrong with the EFB. Plugins, SASL, data, output. Oh, it's in the aircraft folder. Thanks, Amy Parent. Of course, to my rescue. Plugin. Okay, aircraft, iniBuilds A300, plugins, SASL. I don't have an output folder. Aircraft folder, plugins. And in the plugin here, SASL, I have 64 data or Libinux.
50.
Thanks, Nathan.
$40.
$5. Do
30,
it again, do it again, he
20,
says.
10.
Amazing. Jack's coming here as well. Out the way, buddy, out the way. Let's see if we can fix this here.
Do it again. Do it again.
Thanks a lot, Nathan. Once X-Plane is shut down. Okay. Resources plugin SASL or aircraft A300 iniBuilds plugin SASL. But then there's no output folder here. Output SASL log. There's nothing here, guys. I mean, I'm happy to... Hold on, let me just share this with you. Data output. There is data output. Now, what am I doing here? The SASL log, 1824. So it's actually when I started the stream. That was when it was last updated. So I have a README and a SASL log. Now, it just says 1824. But now, I guess if I shut down, will that provide me with the issues? Provide the fix to the issues we had? Yep, save that log. Okay, well, is that when I shut down Amy Parent, I guess, because it's still saying last updated. Oh no, it's just updated now, 2126. All right, let me copy and paste this one then. Oh, it's not letting me. Oh, there we are. Copy. Let's go to desktop. Right, I've pasted that to my desktop. I have a copy, and it's of the modified 2126 log there. Made a copy there. Great. But yes, what an amusing end to this live stream. So we discovered a bug, we've been bug fixing and lost complete control of the aircraft. With a bit of trial and error, we've managed to at least hopefully at least we've got control of the aircraft. I think this is the first time we've been inverted in a commercial airline, first time we've been vertically. At one point I thought we were hitting the ground and I didn't want to do that. I was actually getting ready to pause the sim, but I somehow managed to get control of the mouse here and we got it down. I mean, how incredible. And actually, with mouse control, it's tricky, but once you got it in the position, it was actually good. And then I actually got, what was it, a minus 100. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But yeah, I think it's fair to say it's broken. I mean, look at that. It's either that or there's the cabin altitude's going up from 0 to 220,000 feet into space. I think it's fair to say it's pretty knackered. But yeah, I have no doubt, and I don't want you to be put off by this aircraft because as well, I've streamed it a couple of times here, and obviously I did something which triggered a bug, and that's what it's all about. People will have these sort of issues, and you'll have all sorts of versions there. It was great to have it there. Paul Clark, thanks for the £5 as well. Miracle of the Jutland, thank you very, very much there. My goodness.
50, 40,
but yeah,
30, 20, 10.
You can see, look, the tiller's working. Tiller's working on the joystick. Rudder's working.
I mean, any landing you can walk away from.
50,
true, Tom Pasco.
40,
Absolutely true
30,
as well.
20, 10.
We'll do the replay coming up now, guys.
Miracle on the Jutland.
That's great. Thank you very much to you.
40,
Piggy Weep, one of my members coming in.
20, 10.
You're quite right. I've finally, it's all come out. I can't be a real pilot. He said, Biggie Weed, this guy says he's a real airline pilot. He must be lying. This isn't realistic. Absolutely. I've been fooled. Right, anyway, guys, it's a little bit past the time which I was expecting to stream. I'm so sorry that we couldn't actually get down and complete the flight
50,
with
40,
ATC there. It
30,
was a great,
20,
great shame because
10.
it was a good event and yeah, these things happen. Thanks a lot, David Smith, for the £10.
Tops that deleted engine outstream.
Definitely, David Smith, definitely. Well, you never know what could happen, and today was brilliant and very unrealistic with regards to the issues we were having, no doubt, but we got it down. And I don't know how close we got to hitting the ground at one point as well, very close, but my trusty Logitech mouse and joystick, my mouse controls on the joystick came to fruition. It was all good at the end here. What a stream. You've exactly said it there, Doom849. Reminds me of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, anyway, let's call it a day. Is there, just before I log off, is there anyone in chat? Is there anything else I can do which would help iniBuilds perhaps fix this? I've copied the SASL notepad log. Look for the manual gear extension. A bit too late now, Judrick. Oh dear, oh dear. Literal Game show us the replay's coming. You all want to see the handle there. Please, looking for the manual gear extension handle. I have no idea where it is. Matt Surley, quite right. Shutdown procedure. Yes, we should have actually had a full shutdown here. We've still got the engines running and all that there. But yeah, that's. We broke it, but we got it down in one piece. Absolutely fantastic. David Boyd, copy your main X-Plane log. I
50,
will.
40, 30,
should I do that now or after
20,
I shut the sim down?
10.
I'll have a look there. Thanks, Steve Mayer, for the £4.
It could only happen to you.
I know. It happened. We're down. Thanks a lot, Steve Mayer. I knew we should have flown in the Blériot 11. Oh dear. Oh, why is everyone? It's nothing wrong with the EFB. What, you know? Why would I click anything here? It's definitely nothing there. What triggered it was me selecting this in the FMS here. Delete system 32.
50,
very funny.
40,
Thanks, Andy M31 for the £5. Well, you had a minus 137 per minute landing. Flukes.
Well, I had a 137 FPM landing, but was able to watch your totally fluke butter landing.
That was no fluke.
Great stream, boss.
That was some smooth mouse action there. Someone's just tuned in here. No, why did you log off VATSIM? Well, that's actually not why. A few issues before then. Brilliant. Yeah, very funny, Simon. Yeah, alt F4 to report bugs directly to iniBuilds. Hilarious. Right, anyway, let's call that a day and go down there. Right. Let's turn down the music here. Start the funky replay music as well. Right, where do you want to start the replay from? Do you want to start from where we nearly lost control? I think it should be stable enough, or do you want to just see the ditching? I think I want to watch the one where we nearly hit the ground. That was quite amusing. Ah, there we go. I think that would be a good point to start. So there we are. This is where... I don't know what happened. From where we almost died. Well, where do you want to start? I think this is probably the best place. Now, this is where I thought it was game over. This bit here, I was like, that's it, guys. And all of a sudden, I was like, no, the mouse! The trusty mouse! Just pulling about 3G to pull out of the dive, but no problem at all. Got to around 900 feet, 250 knots. Oh my. Right, and that's where I kind of started getting directional control. And we were getting onto kind of delayed vectors there. Oh! Well, give a chance for the sim to reload. Marianne is looking at me as if to say, what is going on here? Well, hopefully Ortho will load in as soon as we get down. Let's... Oh no, I would be ashamed not to butter the belly landing. I was going to put it in slow replay mode, give a chance for the sim to reload. There we go. That Biggie Weave, not a real pilot. I can't believe it. Alpaca Highway sponsored by the Red Arrows, brilliant. There we go, it's all reloaded in now. So let's have a look here. So emergency vehicles all on standby here. Here we're coming in. Very silent. please leave the stream online so I can rewatch it 100 times for hilarity? I might do. Would you like me to leave it online? Yes, I think the answer is to that. So over the threshold, first ever time we've seen a belly landing, and just yeah, I mean, held it off. Look at that. And there we are, a miner's record-breaking butter. There we go. Oh no. Well, that was just outrageous. What a stream. Oh no. I actually got the reversers out, but it's when I discovered the gear wouldn't go down that we had the issues. I don't know what to say. Well then, Petrie takes a lot for the £2. He says, you looped an A300 with a mouse. Jesus, I know. So anyone that has tuned into the stream, none of this went to plan at all. You know, I did try and set up for this messing around here. We just complete control of the aircraft, bugged out. Mouse came 50, to the rescue. 40, 30, we got it down in one piece. 20, thanks a lot again, Petrie, for the £2. My oh my, but we got it down. We didn't pause the stream once, and that's the thing I always never try to do unless you have a serious issue. We kept the whole thing running real time, live time, worked absolutely flawlessly, apart from nearly hitting the ground, losing control of the aircraft. So yes, as with all my disclaimers, please don't take on board anything that you've seen today. If you're a real airline pilot, I recommend you don't plug in your USB mouth to try and control the aircraft. I also recommend you try and extend the gear manually before landing. Don't just go straight to the approach. And also, don't forget to declare a mayday. Guys, thank you very much. Next live stream will be in a next few days' time. I definitely need a few days rest after this. Thanks again to everyone that donated, especially you, Burak. It was very generous of you right on earlier in the stream there. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Not so perhaps educational, but certainly entertaining. Guys, stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next live stream very soon. Good evening.